Okay, before we continue,
Mhm.
at this moment,
Mhm.
someone is thinking good thoughts of you. There are
Oh,
no
that's
lottery
good.
numbers.
That's the fortune cookie. Someone's thinking good thoughts
That's the
of you.
fortune cookie.
All right, who here is thinking good thoughts about pending?
I am.
Someone. Thank you.
Someone
Pending's
in the
couch
world
looks nice.
says, "Oh, that's me. Lovely. Okay.
Yeah. You did kidnap us.
Although my heart may be
Oh,
weak,
lovely.
it's not alone.
Yeah.
Thanks for
It's
the
grown with
subscription,
the
Saber.
experience. And it's found a home with all the friends I've made.
You won't die. Okay.
I've become a part of their heart,
So,
just
you
as they
finally
become a
woke
part
up.
of mine.
Morning,
And if they think
brother.
about me now
How are
and
you
then,
feeling?
If they don't forget me,
Like
then our hearts
friendship.
will be one.
That's what I feel like right now.
I don't need a weapon.
should
By the
fix
way,
that.
Friends are my power.
Can I also just note that the sushi came. It's good. They did not bring any soy sauce. I should have thought about that.
There's
They didn't bring-
there's no option for soy
Wow.
sauce.
I don't know. I didn't check. I just kind of assumed.
Yes.
You know, some
incorrectly.
places
What's for dinner,
now,
Jess?
they require you to like check off if you want something.
What's for
Hmm.
dinner?
Same
Yeah,
thing
the
with
question.
utensils and stuff.
I guess I'll
That's
order
fair.
something.
I believe in you. I want something to drink, by the way. I have a message from Dizzy. That's not important. Ilia's not acting like she had earlier. The coldness in her eyes is gone, and she's back to acting like the cheerful girl she had been at the park the other day.
Is she supposed to have schizophrenia?
Is that
Hmm.
just something?
What's wrong? You don't look so good. You still can't move? That's weird. You should at least be able to talk by now.
Ilia peers into my face, looking puzzled. She seems genuinely concerned for me. I'm fine, I can talk, and my mind's clear enough to understand that I have been captured.
Oh, are you complaining? Did you know prisoners are usually supposed to go to the basement cell?
Oh, the privilege. I'm not in the basement.
But I felt bad at the thought of doing that to you, so I brought you to my room.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but at least I understand what's going on a little better. I'm getting a clearer picture of what happened. I've been captured, and this is where you live. I speak flatly, trying to kill my emotions. Until I understand completely what's happening here, I just need to listen.
That's right. Remember I told you I live in a castle in the forest?
Well, you never guess where you are now.
This is the castle in the middle of a big forest. There's nothing else around. It takes a few hours by car just to get to your city. There's no chance of a rescue out here, and nobody will come to bother us either. I'm not being the Yandere allegations.
You're really not
No.
meeting the Andre allegations.
I see. Okay, but why did you do this? If you're going to kill me, you could have done it at the park.
I already killed you before. No, why would I? I don't intend to kill you. You're mine. I'll kill the other masters, but you're special.
You're special.
You up here so that nobody could bother us.
It should be noted, even though we say she killed us, every single Ilia ending has not said dead end. It has said bad end.
That's true. She hasn't killed us
Oh.
on all the endings. She has the first ending. She chopped off all of our limbs and kept us alive as like a puppet thing.
Yeah,
And in the
that is
second
true.
ending, she trapped us in a doll.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true. You know what? There are worse fates than dying. I don't need to kill you.
Yeah.
Correct.
There are worse.
Yeah. I find myself recoiling. Ilia pushes her face close to me, ignoring my agitation.
This is a child.
Ilia, what are you doing? I don't know if it's inappropriate, but the way Ilia sits on my lap has my heart racing. She may not be heavy, but the way she's sitting on my lap has me thinking kind of graphic thoughts.
Nope. 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 No. 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 No.
Jay, calm down. We gotta get
You
through
know,
this.
I'm glad she's not a root. Yep, I knew it. You're special, Shiro. Hey, want to be my servant? If you say you'll be my servant, I won't kill you. If you just nod, I'll spare you.
Ilia's words are so pure and heartfelt. I know that if I nod even once, it'll be a choice I can't unmake, and I will absolutely come to regret it.
Yeah, you will.
On the other hand, if
Yeah,
I
you
refuse, that purity will turn into pure wickedness. With Ilia leaning in so close, my mind grinds to a shrieking halt. She's not saying this just because she likes me. This is more like an interrogation, a matter of whether I want to live or die.
Well, this is a no-brainer. You don't have Saber anymore. You don't have a way of fighting. That means there's no reason for you to remain a master.
No, Saber hasn't disappeared yet, and I'm not going to let it happen.
Oh, really? But it would be so easy to kill you in your state. Just give in and stay here. If you stay by my side forever, I'll protect you forever.
Ilya presses close against me. I'm not sure what will happen if I refuse, but I still can't agree.
I'll put you in a doll.
I can't. Step away, Ilya. No matter what you say, Ilya presses her index finger to my lips.
Red, can we get a bonk emote for Shiro?
For Shiro?
Shiro's tied up. You can't do anything.
I don't care.
Except think.
His
all you
thoughts
can do
have
is
been too
think.
much so far, and I don't like it.
He's like a middle schooler at best.
She giggles in amusement and watches me in bewilderment.
Well,
Just-
who knows how old Ilya is?
This fucking Jessica.
I
At the same hand,
I was just saying.
at the same time, this fucking J person too, looking
Well,
up
I'm just
spoilers on
saying.
Twitter on accident.
You
Look.
really don't understand.
See, Saber agrees with me.
Yes,
this
Saber.
requires
Yes.
the bonks.
Listen, you're like a bird in a cage. It's my decision whether to keep you alive or kill you. You shouldn't say anything that might make me mad. I waited 10 years for this. Killing you quickly would just be boring.
What? Ilya talks like she's asking for a toy. The sheer cold-heartedness in her voice sends a shiver down my spine.
This is your last chance, brother. I'm only asking this one more time.
Ilya's eyes shine with hope.
Shiro, be my toy or fucking die.
He doesn't read the line.
Ilya's
Thank
tone
you.
is bewitching, and Brooks' no refusal.
Listen, I'm doing y'all a favor, okay?
Thank you.
I need you making the lines less creepy.
I know.
She's a creepy child.
I
There needs to be more bonks right now.
She's a
Bonk,
creepy
bonk,
child.
bonk, bonk, bonk.
Hello,
Bonk.
Jess.
I don't
Exactly
care.
what I'm
Bonk,
doing.
bonk, 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 bonk,
Hello,
bonk.
Jess. I see you're making a thingy. That means I'll choose.
It's
To
okay.
to the shock of no one, I can't do that.
You sure?
Honestly, that's the correct answer.
Yeah, I know. I'm refusing this.
I mean,
No, that's
technically,
crazy,
both
man.
of them are. One is that I can't agree. One is I'll have to agree for now, and the other ones is I can't do that. So
Yeah, no, I don't. I gotta refuse.
Well, you know,
she
sometimes.
did say she was going to kill us if we refused.
Well,
Yes.
sometimes is it really killing you? Guess I'll take that. There you go, Jess.
It's killing you.
I don't even need to think about it. And shit, even I only have so much patience. Every single one of them is sure as Saber's going to disappear. Saber won't disappear. I'm going to fight her with her until the end. I can't let this destroy the oath we made. Ilya, I can't do what you're asking me to. I have Saber, and as long as Saber's around, I'm going to keep fighting as a master. A soft gasp. For a second, her red eyes snap open as if she had gone into rigor mortis. Plompers.
Oh. So you're going to betray me too, Shiro.
Ilya backs
Oh
away.
dear.
She looks down, but maintains her composure.
Fine. If you're not going to listen to me, I'm not going to listen to you either. I've been letting you do whatever you want.
You have.
But that
That is
ends
not
now.
true. That is not true. We are trapped here.
Ilya's voice is dripping with hostility now.
99% sure if we were doing what we want, we would be at our house, not your house.
There's something terrible lurking behind that malice. I don't know. You know, deep down, Shiro and Mia want something bad to happen. Let's be honest.
Wait right here. I'll just be a minute.
Wait,
Red, shut up.
what are you going to do, Ilya?
Oh, nothing. I'm just gonna go kill Saber and Min. If I kill the two of them, that'd make you feel kind of guilty, right?
What? Don't be ridiculous. Saber and Tosaka have nothing to do with this. I'm only saying I can't be with you for my own reasons.
Oh, really? Well, I'm still killing them. Once it's over, it'll be your turn. If you won't be mine, you're useless to me.
I hear Ilya's footsteps moving off. Ilya's serious. She really means to go kill Saber and Tosaka. Stop, Ilya! Saber and Tosaka have nothing to do with this. I'm the one you captured. So you should, if you're going to hate someone, just hate me. You don't need to kill them.
I have a reason. I can't leave any other master alive. Isn't that how the Holy Grail Wars work?
You dummy, don't talk about killing people like it's so easy. You should never do that. You're a kid. You shouldn't even think about that kind of thing.
Your kid
I don't
can
know.
be a kid.
I don't know. I've already turned you into a doll. I've taken up your limbs. Like,
Ilya
I
stares at
agree,
me in
using
disbelief.
doll is probably the most childlike thing they've done.
too late. I've already killed the master, brother.
She sounds so joyful as she says it.
Too late. Oh, yesterday, though. I thought you were going to take care of him, so I didn't expect you.
Oh, Shinji.
Oopsie.
What? In that instant, I surprisingly understand exactly what she's talking about. Ilya was in the building last night, which means she must have seen the master running for his life as the perfect prey. Ilya, you didn't.
Sorry, I only did it because you didn't. I didn't actually like taking other people's stuff.
She doesn't sound guilty at all. It probably meant nothing to her. ... It makes me realize something. I've probably known this since the moment we first met. She doesn't really know the difference between good and evil. That innocent laugh is just as much as Ilya as the merciless laugh I heard now. That's not that Ilya has a devil on his shoulder and an angel on the other. Ilya, however angelic she may look, is a devil.
Shiro, you
Wow.
are slow on the uptake.
Just a little. You know, I mean, Shinji was his friend for what?
No, that's a very good point.
When I get back, it'll be your turn, so do your best to escape. And again, a little bird in captivity will remain in captivity because it can't escape. Knowing you won't be able to escape this little cage.
Maybe this was a good idea. They left us alone.
Ilya leaves. She is absolutely right, of course. She knows nothing of threats or tactics. She just says what's true. But I can't stay here forever. I need to escape and meet up with Saber before Ilya can attack her.
Oh gosh, she's a sociopath.
I shake myself,
Absolute sociopath.
trying to loosen the ropes around my wrists. Maybe she really doesn't think I can escape. There's no one else here. If I'm not being watched, even I can manage to get out of some ropes, but...
Berserker standing at the door.
He's just there. I open the door, he's
Yeah.
just looking at me, and I close the door.
Yeah, it's just like, sup.
Stop, dude.
Damn, I still can't. My body just won't listen to me. My limbs move, but they're as heavy as lead, and just trying to move
By
at
the way-
all is exhausting.
Let me know if I sound distant, because, like, this is a new setup.
I mean, you sound a little bit different, but it's probably just from, you know,
Yeah,
a new
you got a
room and
little bit of
everything.
echo, but you're fine for the most part.
Yeah. In the long run, I hope to sound treat the room so that there is an echo.
Yeah, I think you'll be fine.
Ilya knew I couldn't escape because of this. I can't move like this. Even if I get out of the rope, I won't be able to escape the room if I can hardly move. My whole body feels heavy, not because I'm tired. Yeah, I haven't been able to move since I looked into Ilya's eyes. They must be mystic eyes. I hear truly superior mages can perform some sort of magecraft just by making eye contact with their target. Restraint is the common effect of mystic eyes, so it's probably what's going on here. Eyes are
the
the
she
showering
has the
gun?
Millennium Eye.
Oh, I guess the Millennium Eye works too.
Yeah.
She can read your thoughts, Pending. You won't be able to play a card game against her because she always knows what you're gonna do.
Oh no.
Eyes are how we take in visual information, and so we are susceptible to suggestion and spells. And that is why most mages employ some sort of protection on their eyes to block out the other mage's magecraft. Tosaka would be so mad if she found out all it took to paralyze me was a suggestion, not even a spell. Well, at least that was from the mystic eyes I learned through Magecraft. Some monsters are born with mystic eyes and don't even need to lock eyes with their targets. You see, Pending, I'm just throwing this out here. The main character of Tsukihime, the visual novel that came before Fate and also has a remake, he has mystic eyes.
No way.
The mystic eyes of death perception. Death, by the way. He can see lines, and if he cuts those lines, the things die.
So it's not depth perception, because I don't have depth perception. So
No. Do you have depth
that's
perception?
mystic eyes. I don't. I have depth perception, but not depth.
Well, when you see lines where lines shouldn't be, don't cut them, because you'll kill that thing.
Okay, that's good.
That includes beds.
I've been wondering about that forever.
I hear all they need to do is look to use whatever ability they have, but it's also extremely rare for people to have powers like that. And luckily, Ilya's mystic eyes aren't unique or special. They're just a means to sending a magical energy to the target. And that means there has to be some way to dispel the effect. Ilya's magical energy is invading my nerves, preventing me from moving. If I can get rid of the magical energy, that should fix my paralysis. It's simple. If there's a buildup of mud, then all you have to do is flush it to clean it out. It's simple. I close my
So simple.
I close my eyes and focus inward on my own body. I may not have the skill to detect or remove foreign magical energy that invaded my body, but I don't need anything like that, so long as I'm dealing with magical energy that hasn't become a curse or taken root in my body. If Ilya's magical energy is lingering, stagnant in my body, I just need a strong flow of magical energy through my body to flush it out. Sorry, it's crude, but it's all I can do. I'm apparently saying all of this out loud. I apologize to my body for what I'm about to put it through. Oh, of course, I'm talking to my body. That makes sense. Of course.
Don't you have like long conversations vocalized with your stomach?
Sometimes.
Truly.
Yeah.
All I have to do is focus on my daily routine. The ritual where I force a foreign nerve down my spine. No, not anymore. I don't need to build it up from scratch anymore. I don't need those metal rods anymore.
Yeah,
Now
the hot rod.
Now all I have to do is flip a switch in my head. Instead of creating a magic circuit in my body, I just have to switch my nerves into a magic circuit. Trace on. I remember the spell to focus myself. You don't use spells to change the world around you. They're to be used on yourself, to empower you to change the world. For mages, they're a way to initiate a kind of self-transformation. Spells
By
are
the way,
the first.
if it turns out I picked the wrong ending, this is a really long bad end.
Sometimes you get some really long ones. I would say the one where we didn't go with Saber was kind of long.
That's true.
Most basic magecraft used to create a mystic eye are just for you. A command that will only work on you. Basic structure. Analysis. Oh, is he analyzing himself? What a wild guy. My blood flow accelerates. Power builds in my blood. My body is becoming a machine for circulating magical energy. Probably thanks to the gem Tosaka made me swallow. Normally this would have taken me at least an hour. Now I'm able to do it almost instantly. Composition. Analysis. I don't even need to flip the switch at this rate. I can just let the magical energy circulate and let my hands go. Actually, I say flip the switch, but I still haven't found the switch to begin with. Heat rushes into me. I try to get control over my pounding heart, and my hand slipped from the bucking reins. Ugh. Blood spurts from my mouth. I must have opened a vein or torn something inside myself. I shout. Oh no, I'm coughing. I'm dying. Oh no.
Yeah? Is this the end?
Yeah.
I think this is the end.
I channeled enough magical energy to flush out the mud that had invaded me, so it's no wonder I'm throwing up blood. Luckily, I don't feel any pain. Maybe I'm not in pain because of the self-healing thing I have. It's an abnormality in my body that I still don't understand, but I'm delighted to have it at times like this. The ability to heal any non-fatal wound is my biggest and only strength right now. I do need to be careful not to rely on it too much, though. What if, like, blades pop out of my stomach? That would suck.
That would be crazy.
Since I still have no idea how it works, relying on it too much risks losing it all. I can't rely on miracles I don't understand. Okay, there's just the rope. I didn't do the rope. My wrists were bruised, but it wasn't bound tightly enough to cut off circulation. I don't think Ilya tied me up. But I wasn't bound very tightly. Besides, I doubt it was Ilya who carried me in here anyway. Who here other than Ilya might not be that something? You're right. I need a drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sound like
Oh,
you
'cause
need
I'm
water.
choking
Jesus Christ. Why do you keep waiting on it? I'm not talking. I could probably do that. Maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. This is the rare scene that Rin is not expositioning, or she is
You
not
know?
present.
Not present.
You guys aren't chatting?
We did chat for a second, then I was just,
Yeah.
but you know,
Will you also start choking?
no.
Damn.
Unless I'm choking on focusing.
Maybe you are. I don't know.
I'm just downloading stuff.
So I don't think it'll last very long.
We'll see.
I guess we'll see. It definitely wasn't Berserker. If he tied me up, he'd have snapped my hands right off. I rise to. You think he's
he might
deaf?
be gentle when he needs to be.
Let me look real quick. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you're right, Pending. Maybe he's just a nice guy with very good precision.
That's what I imagine.
I rise to my feet as I try to crack a joke. Ouch. I can't control my body, but I pushed it too far. While I may not be injured, magical energy is raging through my body. Just moving around is likely to tear my insides up. It's probably the pain. Dizziness and nausea rack my entire body, and I have no feeling at the ends of my arms and legs. I'm not gonna get home before Ilya gets back. Not like this. Why am I being such a coward? I don't have time for that kind of thinking. I slap my cheeks and start walking. What? As soon as I lean against the wall and start toward the door, I hear something on the other side of the wall. Footsteps. More than one set of footsteps. People are approaching my door and talking. They stop right in front of my door. Someone's on patrol? Damn, the worst possible moment. There's no time to hide. I need to make Pending a choice.
Okay. All right. Let's see what my options are. Okay, so I can either fight. I'm in no state to fight. I'll just sit on the chair and pretend to be tied up. What about that bed over there? Okay. Well, let me logic this out. I don't like my chances of fighting. I don't feel like that has brought me much success in this game. I feel like hiding under the bed would alert the patrol that I'm missing. I could be in the chair and pretend to still be tied up.
Mm-hmm.
Do I trust Shiro to pull that off? I'm not sure that I do, but let's give it a try. Let's pretend to be tied up.
Okay. Ugh. There's no time for me to hesitate. I can't possibly fight like this, and I just need to be careful until I've recovered. There! I put my wrist together to make it look like I'm tied up. Gah! The door opens. Could it be Ilya? Or someone else from the castle? I just need to remain sitting here looking like I'm bound up right until the very last moment when the person comes in the door and...
Oh, hey!
Whoa, Jay!
Oh, right, I'm gonna be Saber. Wait, am I Saber?
You are Saber, but let me go, let me,
I've just been waiting for someone else to say
Good.
Saber's line.
Well, I don't know why my thing's not showing the screen. I don't know. Should I be Saber Red?
No.
You
Let
can
pending.
do
Let
it.
pending be saber here.
Okay.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, all right, I'll do it.
Red has warned me about things, so
Are you all right, Shiro? ...
My eyes widen. For a moment, I genuinely think I'm just hallucinating out of sheer desperate hope.
I see you are tied up. I will Hmm?
Keep going.
I will untie you, so please stay.
Oh, the ropes are loose. I bring my hands out front.
I do not understand. Were you not held captive here?
Well, I kind of got free, and then I heard someone coming, and I was trying to get away, so I pretended I was still tied up.
I see. You are trying to trick your enemy into lowering their guard to give yourself the best possible chance of escape. This is my shocked face, for you have never shown that level of intelligence before.
Saber looks impressed. Let's see how impressed Saber is actually. Holy shit, Rin points.
Wait, why
Rin
get Rin points out of that?
Rin points. Oh damn.
you know what? You were thinking. That's what it was.
Yeah.
They weren't expecting you to think.
Rin will hear of this later.
I am not going to tell her I just hadn't managed to think of any farther than that. By the way, you're
Smart
Saber,
moves,
right?
see?
You're not some illusion. You're the real Saber. I stand up and touch Saber.
Oh, Shiro, please stop. If you touch me like that.
Yep, you're real, but how'd you get here?
Oh, I should hardly need to tell you. Servants need not explain their need to protect their masters.
Are you sure about
It
that?
is it is my duty to come to your aid, knowing you have been captured.
Those plompers. Well, but how did you know I got captured? Or actually, why are you here, Saber? This is Ilya's hideout. You shouldn't be coming anywhere near here right now.
I should be the one asking you. What were you thinking? I have repeatedly told you never to go out alone, but you allowed Ilyasville. You have allowed Ilyasville to capture you easily at that and bring you here.
As one does.
You have failed as a master. I insist you make an apology for this.
I know I was careless, but seriously, why are you here? You can barely move, so what are you thinking coming to Ilya's stronghold in this state?
I could ask the same of you. Servants protect their masters. It does not matter where you were taken, even Ilyasville's stronghold. ...
Saber is as blunt as ever. She's exactly as she's always been. This isn't the weak, slumbering Saber from last night.
Shiro, why have you clammed up? I knew it. You were injured in captivity.
No, that's not it. Don't worry about me. I'm just glad to see you're doing better. I'm genuinely relieved. I'm surprised to see Saber here, but I'm much happier to see that she's herself. I know it's selfish of me to think this way, but I think this is how Saber should be. I'm sorry, Saber. I don't fully understand, but you came to rescue me, right?
Oh, yes. It is a servant's duty to rescue her master.
You sound kind of flustered, Saber. Thanks.
It has been a long day.
I guess that's fair, Saber. That's fair. You were tired all day and probably had to move stuff around for some reason.
Yeah,
even
no,
though
there
you
was
should have
many
been sleeping.
boxes.
Saber, you should have been sleeping. What are you talking about? Why are you moving boxes and arranging rooms?
It was important. There was there was couches. There was boxes. I had to pack and unpack.
Saber, this sounds. What were you doing while I was kidnapped?
I have moved into a condo.
I thought. What? What, Saber? I thought we were supposed to aren't you supposed to protect me at my house?
I have decided to live in a condo.
Well, thanks. I'm really glad you came anyway.
Yeah, no worries.
What a relief. Everything's sorted itself out. No, I just need to get out of here with Saber. Wait a minute. Is that
You sure about
Tosaka? Tosaka? Are you real? And are you really here right now?
Why am I here? You look better than I thought you would. Maybe I didn't need to come.
TJ, that's why I said he had to be saved.
Ah, I see. That makes sense.
You can also be Archer.
That's what I said, Rin. I told you just to leave Shiro Emiya be. All he does is cause trouble for everyone around him, then somehow survive himself. This would have been a perfect opportunity just to leave him to die on his own. Please, Archer, hold your tongue. I asked for your help, yes, but that does not give you the right to insult Shiro. You talk big now that your master's safe. First the master, then the servant. They didn't get an ounce of gratitude for their own allies. Well, we're going to end up fighting eventually. It's probably best not to have too much in the way of fond feelings.
He must have hit a nerve as Saber grows silent. This guy, he's not just unfriendly to me, he treats Saber the same way. Which is wild.
Crazy, Dale.
JayKingPlays.
Oh. Enough. I hope you haven't forgotten the situation we're all in right now, Archer. We haven't the time for bickering. We need to get out of here before Elisabel comes back.
Huh? Wait a minute. You came here knowing this is where Ilya lives? And actually, Ilya left saying she's going to kill Tosaka and Saber. That means Ilya and Tosaka passed each other. That's a relief. I think Ilya is heading to my place right now. If you guys hadn't come here, you would have had to fight her there.
Yeah, it looks that way. I did see Ilya and Berserker head outside, though I must admit that if they hadn't left, we wouldn't have been able to sneak in here in the first place.
I get it. Saber and Tosaka only managed to pull something so bold off because they saw Ilya leave. She's bold as ever, but this time that brazenness worked into our advantage. I'm impressed.
We'll talk later. Is this me, by the way?
Yeah, it's you.
Okay. I braced myself knowing that this was Eisenberg's hideout, but it would be much better if we could avoid confronting any of them at all. And Saber's in no state to go up against Berserker right now.
Tosaka gestures for me and Saber to separate. Tosaka, what do you mean Saber's in no state? She's got her color back and she's acting like herself.
You should really know better than to be so blindly optimistic. Saber hasn't recovered at all. Can't you see that she's barely able to stand?
Rin, you promised to keep that to yourself.
Sorry, I need to go back on my word. Keeping quiet won't help anyone, and this isn't a secret we can keep forever anyway.
In theory, I should give Saber a different voice, but I mean, I'm only temporarily voicing Saber.
Yeah, you know, it can't be helped.
You're only a pending.
Yeah, you can't be a Kyrie when you're a pending.
Yeah.
A pending Saber, some would say.
That I can try to make
Pending
my voice a
Saber.
little higher. That may be true, but
I don't know, you were doing pretty well.
She sounds so
Yeah.
pained. And now I see nothing has changed about her situation.
thank you. I just worry that my Saber voice is identical to the Archer voice.
No.
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 I can
Okay.
tell you no.
Saber
Okay,
is
that's
telling Saber, is Tosaka telling the truth?
You like to go deeper with the Archer boys.
I do, yeah. Yes, Rin is correct. It is embarrassing to admit, but I am in no position to fight as a Saber right now. At best, I can be your shield.
Well, the best I could do right now is probably a writer.
Yeah. Or, God forbid, maybe I can't even do that. Maybe I'd only be an archer.
Oh man.
How terrible would that be, right?
Is that me again?
Rin Tosaka.
I figured as much. She's too weak to even armor herself up, but she insisted she come with us. She probably figured she'd need to defend her master even if she couldn't really fight.
What? She's so weak she can't even arm herself. She was willing to become my shield since she couldn't fight? What kind of absurd nonsense is she saying? Says the guy who does the same thing.
I am sorry, Shiro. I know I am useless as a servant in my current state, but I can at least be your shield. I know it is not ideal for you, but it's the only...
Oh, come on. Why does Saber never think about herself? Why is she only ever worried about everyone else? To hell with that. Of course I'm not happy. Tosaka, why did you bring Saber? Don't you realize Saber needs more help than me right now?
I will tell you. What? I tried to stop her. Saber refused to listen, and we wouldn't have been able to pinpoint where you were without her in the first place. I know it was risky, but we needed Saber.
She's a Shiro detector.
But she's still... I want to tell her she shouldn't have brought Saber, but I stopped myself. I have no business criticizing. This is only happening because I went and got captured. Tosaka and Saber were just doing what they thought was right.
And no, that's not me.
That's Archer.
Oh, I think that's Archer, yeah. Enough squabbling. Just leave it alone for now, Ren. Masters are sensitive to any changes in their homes, so we don't have time to explain every detail just now.
You're right. Iliasaville.
We must hurry. Let us dwell on her name for the next 30 seconds.
Must be surprised we're gone. So she's probably coming back real quick. I feel like that should be someone else talking, but what do I know? Fine, let's talk later. Right now, our priority is getting out of this castle. Are you okay with that, Shiro?
Shiro, we should...
Yeah, but if Saber is as bad as she was last night, it'll be kind of hard for her to even walk right now. I don't want to push Saber any harder than I have already.
Honestly, you all underestimate me. Underestimate me?
Underestimate?
Underestimate?
Saber?
I speak English good.
English real good.
Yeah. Even, by the way, are you guys even vaguely familiar with like a 1970s show called Beverly Hillbillies?
I've
Yes.
heard the name before, but that's it.
My grandma
There-
used to watch it all the time.
My stepdad found a channel that was basically playing it on an endless loop, so I watched a few episodes the other day.
Endlessly?
see.
Are you still watching right now to this day?
No, I mean I'm not there anymore.
Oh my god.
So
This is a
he might
wild
be
story.
watching it, but I have no way of knowing at this point.
As one
Oh.
does.
Mm-mm. But the episodes were much more decent than I would have assumed offhand. So, yeah, it was fine. It was a good show. Anyways,
Yeah, it is a funny show.
yeah.
It's got some funnies.
Yee. It brought funnies. Even on low magical energy, I can still fight better than Shiro. If anything, I am more concerned about Shiro disappearing. Rin may not have noticed, but your magical energy is disordered, is it not?
Oh? Well, this is nothing. I can manage. I'm totally fine, really.
Then we are in the same state, you and I. What? Bless you, by the
Sorry.
way.
No.
I may be slightly uncomfortable, but it is not unbearable. This may all be difficult to accept given how quickly it has happened, but let us follow Rin for now. We can discuss this further once we have returned home.
Saber encourages me to go. ... I give up. She looks so serious, so determined that I can't worry anymore. You're right. There's a tons of things I want to talk about, but they can wait until we all get home safely. I want to ask about Saber's condition, and I want to thank her for coming to rescue me. But now isn't the time to ask her about that dream I had. Okay, let's go, Saber. I nod and get moving the best I can. Every step is a supreme effort, but this isn't the time to be whining. Even weakened as he is, Saber came all the way here. Whoa. Is this a hallway?
Look at all those chairs.
This corridor.
This must be Rin's favorite room.
This hallway.
Look at all these chairs. And
Yeah.
look, it's an actual art one. That piano looks a little weird. That's how you know it's an art one.
Oh, there is a piano there. I never would have looked in that corner. I was too busy looking at what looks like to be a fireplace.
Oh, where? Oh, over there? Yeah, there is a fireplace there.
This corridor wouldn't be out of place in a museum. Ilia's castle must be massive.
Hey, no time to gawk. Even if we make it out of the castle, the forest surrounding it is huge. If we don't hurry, it'll be morning before we're out.
A forest? So we're really in the mountains? Are you talking about the forest that's a couple of hours from Biyama by car?
Yep, we're in the Einsburn secret castle. Once we make it out, it'll take a few hours to get through the forest. It's nighttime now, so we should be out of the forest before the sun rises.
It's a shame none of them can drive.
Tosaka heads through the hallway, not hesitating for a moment. She's probably heading toward whatever door they snuck in through. I figured it was night, but how long have I been here? I thought it was about half a day, but maybe it's actually been a few days.
Iliasville captured you in the morning, so it's been about half a day. Though the date has changed, you have spent a day in captivity, I suppose.
Ugh, I see. Sorry.
No, please do not apologize. Iliasville held you captive for a considerable amount of time, but you are still safe. That must be proof that you did not submit mentally, even though your body was captive. Had you chosen the other option, I would be very mad at you right now.
Well, that may be true, but...
Yes. Iliasville may look like a young girl, but she is still an Einsberg mage. Had you submitted to her, you would likely no longer be yourself. In other words, you definitely picked the right choice. That other one was a super bad end.
Yeah, I could have had Ilia doing whatever to us, and then Ilia being like, hey, it's us in the Tiger Dojo talking about how we killed you.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
There's 40 of those. There's 40 of those.
There are.
How many of them have we gotten so far? Like 6 or 7?
Not that many considering, but we are also
No,
in the
I
first
think-
route.
I don't think 6 or 7. I think we've gotten 5.
Maybe. I feel like I've killed us many times.
I'm trying to recalculate in my head. I think it is 5, though.
And it is not as if I did... Wait. And it is not as if I did not consider that possibility. I came to this castle fully prepared for you to be dead. In fact, I expected it. It's super surprising. Which is why I was so glad to reunite with you, Shiro. My master has shown me that he is all right, so I cannot possibly show myself to be any worse off.
I feel the same. I couldn't stand not knowing if Saber was safe or not. Jay.
I will let you know that I was busy trying to find graphics. My bad. Hey, you two are serious about escaping, right? If you guys fall behind, I'm going to leave you.
Tosaka pops her head from the bend of the corner to yell at us. Crap, this really isn't the time for us to chat. Let's hurry, Saber. I break into a run, urging Saber to do the same. Ugh. Everything hurts, but I grit my teeth and keep going. I drive my king body on, following Tosaka. As I half limp, half run, Saber brings up the rear. She must be in a lot of pain, too. She's pretending not to be, but she's in no condition for this. Saber, if it's hard for you, I want to tell her I'll give her a helping hand, but I stop myself. Saying that will just make Saber dig her heels and be more determined not to accept help. All I can do is keep an eye on her. Once Saber's too exhausted to complain, I'll just carry her. Honestly, Saber can be incorrigible sometimes. She has to be forced to even take a break. Gosh, Saber, jeez. And so, with Tosaka leading the way, we managed to get to the exit. Hey, you said this was an exit, but this is the entrance, Tosaka.
It's a house, man.
What are you going on about? You do know that you can go in and out of entrances, right?
Whoa. Tosaka hurries down the stairs.
That is
That is?
that is one of the most unnecessary exchanges I've ever seen in a game.
You know you can go both ways in one door, right?
I don't know, man. You gotta be sure sometimes. Well, I'm in no position to complain. Saber and I head
Sorry about the dog.
down the stairs and into the hall.
Now I need to know how Shiro's house works.
It looks like a lobby. All we have to do now is head out through the big door in the other end of the hall, and we're out.
Okay. Sorry, my aunt does have a dog, and the dog does bark, and I'm sorry in advance. Okay.
It's okay.
We should be okay now that we've come this far. The problem now is how we get through the forest. We might be able to use the cover of darkness to reach the main road. We really don't want to be here when Elisaville comes back and finds you're gone. By the time she comes back, it'll be morning. Hey, what's with the look, Shiro? You've obviously got a problem.
Jay did have to mention that about the dog, because as you know, the character who likes puppies is dead.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Tragic that.
It wasn't in, and it's also not in the game,
It was
so
off screen.
it might be a little awkward, you know?
Nothing.
No, that's
Just kind of
true.
remembering how ballsy you are.
Huh? You have the weirdest thoughts at the weirdest times.
We don't call him out on it.
You should.
Well, I was more getting at her just walking into the enemy stronghold to the front door.
Well, whatever. Let's just head out. I remember the way from here, so we won't get lost. Well, you know, we are trying to escape from like a big secret mountain castle base. I wouldn't be surprised if they had dogs there, you know, to chase after escaped prisoners, since apparently they have a basement for the prisoners.
We head toward the
Yeah, no, that's
entrance.
fair.
A long, narrow hall extends from the lobby, and at the end of it, an enormous door. The hall is unbelievable, about 30 meters long. I remind you that we're standing in an actual castle, but in the next moment, Eliasville spawn Einspring.
Oh, going home already? What a shame. After you came all the way here.
Ilia shouldn't be here, but her giggling voice echoes up and down the hall. Gah. I
I
roll
like that
around.
Ilya shouldn't be here.
Ilia shouldn't be here. Everyone skids to a stop. The instant we see our enemy, we know we're dead as soon as we turn backs to them.
Ready, Penny?
Oh, what?
I'm sure Hercules is gonna have some lines.
We'll see.
There you go, Tosaka. That's you saying that.
Elisaville?
Tosaka's voice trembles. Back at the other end of the hall. We see her standing at the top of the stairs we just descended. She shouldn't be here. Ironically,
Oh.
it's a similar arrangement to our first meeting. Ilya standing above us with Berserker behind her. Berserker's presence is overwhelming. Now that I can assess a servant's strength, I understand that what a monster he really is. I mean,
I would
look at
like
these
to
stats.
say-
Yeah, those are
Those are some pretty
incredible
badass
stats.
stats.
Yeah.
I would like to say they couldn't draw her Hercules just standing behind her for this scene.
No,
No.
they drew this picture of his face doing this, alright? They gotta make use of it.
Does
I
Hercules
guess.
have a sprite?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We can't do this. Even if Saber was at full strength, Berserker's just too powerful. King Arthur is on a lower tier than Hercules. It's on the power scaling tier list.
It's canon.
It wouldn't even be a battle. That monster can't be beat, not in a fight. If we were ever going to beat Berserker, we'd have to figure out how to do it without fighting him. In other words, if we want to live, we need to stay far away from Berserker.
Okay, it's time to Scooby-Doo run!
Good evening. I'm so happy you came to see me, Ren. I just got back from 7-Eleven from getting Reese's Pieces.
Damn. Ilya's voice is cheerful and bouncy. She's smiling. That same smile I saw the night we met. Innocent but merciless. She won't settle to squash us like bugs.
I'm actually eating chocolate right now. It's great.
Oh man, I need to get a snack. I'll be right back.
That's when I realized we're not going to escape. Period.
Heck.
No matter what I do, I can't stop Ilya. Even if I try to draw Ilya's attention, that won't let Tosaka and the others escape.
What's wrong? You're so boring when you just keep your mouth shut. I'm giving you some time, so I suggest writing a will while you still can.
Oh, how kind of her. She giggles. But we don't have time for these kind of games. We need to run to the entrance the second we can find an opening. Even if we know we'll never get an opening, all we can do is wait and hope. Who's this?
Let
It's
me
Tosaka.
ask you one.
Oh,
Tosaka.
then let me ask you this. Even in this situation,
Tosaka takes a step closer to Ilya, towards Ilya, she says, reading my line.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I can't fucking tell with this game. Sometimes they forget the quotes, so I thought that was just them forgetting the quotes again. Iliasville, I didn't sense your presence coming back. Were you hiding this entire time?
I'm back. Did
Did Ilya kill us all? Yes.
I didn't go anywhere. I was watching all of you make fools out of yourselves from here.
I'm just gonna eat this cookie while this is
Oh,
happening.
really? So that wasn't the real you heading outside?
I knew you were coming. I'm the lord of this place, so I should entertain my guests, right?
Right then, the giant vanishes. I'm not sure if it jumped or just moved. The next thing I know, Berserker appears in the middle of the lobby, creating a whirlwind. This is the end for us. If we retreat toward the entrance, he'll slice us in half with that axe sword the moment we turn our backs to him. But we're dead if we stay here too. Our only option is to challenge that walking mass of death, however futile it may be.
Are we done talking? Then let's begin. Berserker?
The pale girl raises a hand as if performing a ritual, and looks down on us.
I swear I won't let anyone get away today.
Her declaration is equal parts murderous intent and delight. Berserker's eyes light up. Before, Berserker had moved only as Ilya ordered, but now he's free to act and identified us as enemies. Something's making a grinding sound. Tosaka? Tosaka grits her teeth hard, as if in regret.
Me?
Yes.
Archer, can you hear me?
Tosaka speaks quietly, without turning.
But I can still hear clearly.
We don't need long. Distract him for us.
She just ordered her servant to his death. ... Archer doesn't answer.
Is that
It's
Saber?
not me.
talking?
That's Saber.
Ridiculous. Are you mad, Rin? Archer can't possibly go up against Berserker alone.
We're going to take that chance to escape. Archer is going to buy us time.
Tosaka continues giving her orders, ignoring Saber. Her voice is cold, devoid of any emotion. ... Archer, who had been silent as if pondering something, his eyes fixed on Berserker, gives a silent nod.
Oh man, are we?
It's
Wait, what?
you.
How does the song go?
It's Archer.
No, but the song in the opening. What is it? Something I am like.
What?
Mask. What is the line in the beginning of the opening song?
Of the opening song?
Yeah, something about a blade.
Something about
About a blade?
Or a sword. I don't know.
A sword?
Apparently, there's English in the opening.
Man, you're paying
there
more attention.
not?
You're paying more attention to the opening song than I have, and I've heard that song a ton of times over the last like 10 years.
Wait, am I being what? What?
I don't.
I'm letting you know now. Give me a second.
I don't know what you're talking about, Pending.
Isn't that a thing?
Isn't the opening song like full of Japanese? Can you understand Japanese?
Have I learned Japanese without realizing it? Well, I feel like I've seen something in the comments of a bunch of like HSR related posts about this meme line about a sword or a blade, like I am the master of my blade or something.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And I thought I brought it up before, and you were like, "That's part of the opening song."
No, it's not part of the opening song. It's part of like when we started the game after we finished the prologue.
Is that different from the opening song?
Yeah, it's just the first like 20 seconds of the game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The
Well-
moment when we start a new game, that's what we're talking about.
Well, because I thought maybe Archer's about to do something cool about being the master of his blade or something.
You should be the master of your blade, Pending.
I don't know, Saber. Am I talking about that? I don't know.
Look, it's Jess. She's in my room.
Anyways,
I do not have a fork. I have a
a
straw.
sound plan. I will be able to escape once Rin and the others have. Independent action is an archer's strong suit.
He takes a step forward as if to protect Tosaka. Berserker doesn't move. Ilya's laughter echoes from above. That's Ilya's Bill von Einstein.
Oh, wow. This is a surprise. You
Thank
think your nobody of a servant can stop my Hercules? I never thought you would do something so cute, Rin.
Please let this be
Rub
an
it up.
awesome moment for Archer. I really want Archer to do something cool.
Neither Tosaka nor Archer are in any position to object. They know better than anyone. Archer steps forward. He's empty-handed as usual.
Do something cool.
Tosaka looks at Archer's back. There's nothing she can say to him. She must know her orders are absurd. She's amounted to telling Archer to die so we can escape.
Look at her looking so depressed. Archer,
Tosaka is about to say something, but
Rin, I just want to check something with you.
Archer interrupts her, speaking so nonchalantly that it seems out of place.
Fine. What?
Tosaka turns toward Archer, her eyes downcast. Archer's gaze stays locked on Berserker.
Yeah, I don't mind buying you time. But You wouldn't mind if I just beat this thing, right?
It sounds completely ridiculous.
What? Archer, are you? No, there's no need to hold back. Give him hell, Archer.
Understood. Guess I should try to live up to your expectations.
Archer walks forward. Only 10
Do
meters
something cool.
until he reaches Berserker. At this distance, it could close on Archer instantly.
Is that illicit?
Yeah, that's Ilya.
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay. You're making a mockery of me. Fine. Get him, Berserker. Go tear that cocky man to pieces.
Ilya's voice is hysterical. Tosaka turns her back, not paying any attention.
Let's go. Once we're out, we've won.
Tosaka grabs my hand, as well as Saber's, and runs. ... Saber doesn't object. She follows Tosaka. I start running toward the entrance, leaving Archer behind. But then, from behind me,
Shiro Emiya.
he calls out to me, his back still to me. ... I let go of Tosaka's hand and turn around. In the lobby, not a good ways from me, I see Archer's back as he faces down to Berserker.
Listen, you're not a fighter. You only create.
You really giving old man advice right
Berserker
now, Archer?
draws near. Archer's still empty-handed, and he doesn't take a single step while he watches the enemy closing in.
Don't think about anything else. There's only one thing you can do. So, master that one thing.
Archer raises one hand. I have no idea when he got it, but he's holding a short sword now.
Don't forget, what you need to do is always imagine yourself as the strongest. You don't need an enemy. The only opponent you need to fight is the hot rod in your spine.
What? I see him start to shift. Berserker's sword sends a rush of wind ahead of him. I turn and run, not staying to watch the clash. Tosaka and Saber are already at the entrance. I run and don't look back. The sight of the man in red made it clear that I need to go.
And he was never seen again.
I don't know why he's facing Berserker. It looks like he's got stronger back muscles than any other
He
muscle.
said he could defeat Berserker, so...
We hurry through the long hallway and out through the gate. Hard as it is to believe, we really were in a castle. And an old one at that, hidden deep in a forest. The whole place is surrounded by trees as far as I can see. I can't see any buildings or even the sky in the distance.
Is that me?
I'm assuming.
All right. This way. We should be able to reach the main road in about 3 hours. We better run. ...
3 hours. Honestly, I'm not sure I'll last that long. I'm not tired, but the pain's getting worse with every step. If I could at least rest, my fever might break, but we don't have time for that.
Shiro, hurry.
Tosaka sounds every bit as hurried. She's given Archer his orders. As composed as she looks, I can see the regret weighing on her. I know, they're just going to catch up. Saber, let's hurry.
Oh, yes, let's hear her, Shiro.
Saber's eyes are downcast, but she breaks into a run with us. We follow Tosaka as she slips between the trees. Saber's breath rattles loudly in her chest as she runs beside me. It's too dark for me to see clearly, but I can tell she's struggling. I can't ignore it any longer. Saber loses her balance.
Ah.
I sweep her in from the side
Sorry, I
and
didn't realize that was me.
and take hold of her before she hits the ground. That's it. You can't go on anymore, Saber.
What are you saying, Shiro?
I have been... it's still you.
I have been in situations like this many times. I can still run.
What are you talking about? Experience or not, you're still in pain now. Come now. You need to admit you're struggling. I pull her arm. Saber hardly weighs anything anyway. I gather her effortlessly into my arms.
What are you doing, Shiro?
No questions. Just rest for a while. I'll be the first to fall if I have to keep watching you struggle like that.
Oh my.
No, insolent, an enemy. Do you truly believe this is enough to make me collapse? What?
She literally was collapsing.
What?
You gotta back up.
Saber struggles in my arms, but her resistance is weak. Her thin arms have no real strength to them as she pushes at my chest. It pains me to see how weak she's gotten. It never imagined Saber could be too weak to push away someone picking her up.
What are you thinking, Shiro? I will not permit such behavior, even from you.
Saber really picking up the tsundere today.
Saber struggles against me, her face beat red. I can't really blame her. This must be a terribly embarrassing position for a knight to be in, but now isn't the time to worry about that.
I'm sure Shiro could have done potato sack style.
Lies. You're too weak to push me away. This is an order from your master. If you won't listen, I'll have to use a command spell.
That would be the worst use of a command spell. What? That is cruel. I will not tolerate such absurd nonsense as using a command spell for something like this.
It's not absurd, Rinshaw's in the background.
Then keep quiet. If we don't hurry, Tosox is gonna leave us behind.
That would be as silly as like someone like using a command spell on something really vague, like, you know, just listen to me in general.
Saber must have given up
Who would do that?
as she reluctantly falls silent. That's good enough for now. As long as Saber's not struggling, I can carry her and run at the same time. Spots burst across my vision. As I run, my blood pumps faster. I try to fight down the nausea burning in my back of my throat, gritting my teeth with every step. Oh, now he's choking. Now it's happening. It's spreading.
God, no.
My breathing is erratic, but I do all that I can to hold the pain at bay. There's a reason for that.
Shiro, please put me down. I will run on my own.
The moment she sees me struggling, Saber looks up at me, concerned. I can't stop now. Don't underestimate me. Carrying you is nothing. Compared to a broken stove, a girl's as light as a feather. I run a lot with a broken stove. I daily run with broken stoves.
Apparently.
Oh. Just shut your mouth. It's a give and take, just as it's just give and take non your vocabulary. You've saved me plenty, so wouldn't it be fair for me to not do this? I need to pay you back for everything you've done, or else I can't have you protecting me tomorrow. Ouch. That was my microphone.
Oh dear.
That's fine.
No, that is not true. And you doing this is most certainly unfair. Meanwhile, Archer is having an epic battle, but sure, let's continue to dwell on this.
Fine by me. Just means I only have to do something like this once. Besides, I'm starting to get motivated now. I take a breath and pick up the pace. Tosaka knows very well that I have Saber in my arms, but she keeps taking us through a narrower and narrower paths. It's a good thing Saber's so light, but following Tosaka is a trial all on its own.
Is that me?
Tosaka, yeah.
If you keep
that's me.
talking,
That's
you
me.
might. Oh,
If you keep talking, you might bite your tongue, so I'd appreciate it if you stopped.
Yes. Then I will do as my master says.
Saber relaxes in my arms. She was tense earlier, which made carrying her harder, but now it's a bit easier. The problem now is whether Saber and I will make it to our destination. That's a fair problem to have. I don't know how long we've been running. Maybe 30 minutes, maybe an hour. Running doesn't
may
take
just not have a spell to make it so people can't escape their forest easily.
running doesn't take a lot out of me. I've been training hard, and Saber's so light. But right now, there is something wrong inside me. The more I move, the dizzier I get. I feel like I'm about to throw up. I would have understood if I had been bitten by a snake, and the poison was doing a number on me. since we got in the forest, but... Ugh, this is nothing! The pain won't bring me to my knees. It's just a heaviness in my chest. And I need to throw something up. It's nothing compared to the heat I'm feeling in my arms right now. Saber's closed her eyes, as if she were sleeping. She's not resisting, she's relaxed. Her body's growing hotter by the moment. Her clothes are damp with sweat, even though we're in the middle of the winter, and she's tucked her head down to hide her labored breathing from me. This is bad. At this rate, it'll be the repeat of that one night. The night Saber collapsed from exhaustion after using her noble phantasm against Ryder. You know, yesterday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one night, yesterday.
Saber's condition hasn't changed since that night. Was she able to talk until now because she was just in a brief window before she disappeared? I run an attempt to prevent that from coming true.
I'm sorry, there were not enough haws in that to reflect the amount of haws on the screen.
I don't care what happens to my own body. I move my feet as fast as I can, hoping that we can do something as long as we make it home. I very nearly trip and skid to a stop, leaning my back against a tree. Ugh. I taste blood, so this is where the nausea is coming from. None got on Saber, since it was just a little bit, but the source of my nausea turns in my chest. Well, depending on how you look at it, this is actually better. Saber would be pretty upset if I were to waste the food I threw up. Actually, not
I
Saber.
feel like you're the only person who would be upset if you threw up the food you just wasted, and someone wasted food that you cooked.
Yes.
Actually, knowing
Just
Saber,
say.
she might well cut me in half for it. Yep,
I
that's
really
funny.
don't think Saber cares.
Saber cares about food. A bit of levity lends me just a little more energy.
I feel like
As has been strongly established, Saber's main interest is food.
Shiro's main interest is food, and Saber just also kind of likes it, but I feel like Saber was
Jay
like
does not understand
dog,
Saber.
or
Saber does not
lion
understand Saber.
plushie was like the happiest thing ever.
Saber
Am I
does
wrong?
Can I say, by the way, I don't know what it is, because I haven't watched, I've been deliberately avoiding watching, Fate stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
But maybe because of the HSR collab or whatnot, I've been recommended a lot of clips about Fate-related cooking. Like,
Oh,
I
that's
think
because there's an entire anime.
yeah,
It's a 5-minute anime with like 12 episodes.
yeah. So I've avoided watching them on the off chance that it's.
Oh, it definitely
these
has spoilers.
Okay,
It
cool.
100. I watched the first episode while we were in the stream last time. It 100% has spoilers in it. You cannot watch it at all.
All right, I will avoid it. But like, I've just noticed it show up in my YouTube recommended.
And I'm letting you know you can read it.
All right, I will avoid it.
Okay, break's over. Saber, that's you talking.
Saber?
Saber?
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm Saber.
That's a rename pending Saber.
Wait, but it just says Saber.
No, you
No,
the top
the
one.
line before.
Oh, no. You are done pushing yourself, Shiro.
Saber? She wasn't asleep. Saber speaks up as if she were to lay in my arms. What do you mean I'm done?
You should escape on your own, Shiro. You cannot continue to carry me in your state.
What? The hell I can't. I just tripped. This is nothing.
Says the boy so pale he looks like a corpse.
Hey. Tusk comes back for some reason.
Oh,
Alarm.
sorry, I got a phone call. I'll be back.
Phone call?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Is this still me?
Yeah.
If you want to put on a brave front, go ahead. Yeah, the forest is pretty dark, but you should still wipe the blood from your mouth. No wonder Saber's so worried.
Well, no. Someone, Plompers and Jess can be Saber here while he's on a phone call.
Alright. Oh. This is a relief. With friend present, I need not explain myself.
Figured so. I just know that you're trying to say what you're trying to say, Saber. We don't have much time, so go ahead and say what you want to say, so even a big dummy like him can get it.
Saber nods.
Yes, Ren. Please leave me here. You will not make it out with me, and more importantly, I cannot last any longer.
I can't really insist she's being ridiculous. Neither of them need to remind me how much worse Saber's getting. Saber won't last long. I have that sense she won't make it until morning, the way things are going.
I see. So what do you think, Shiro? Are we going to die with Saber out here?
Of course not. I've got no plans to die, or let Saber disappear. If she's going to disappear, I'll use a command spell or whatever.
Okay, that's good enough for me. Let's take care of both problems then. We'll save Saber, and the three of us will escape this forest. That'll be the plan.
Huh? My brain feels like mushy tofu. Tosaka says the damnedest things, and always so casually. Hold on a
Anybody
minute.
suggested it?
Hold on a minute. Yeah, I'd really like to do that, but we can't. Oh,
Just follow me. I have no intentions of letting Saber die either. I'll have you know. I'm not going to let this opportunity slip away. I'm going to make sure you fulfill your duty, Shiro. Said it was okay, so you don't mind, right, Saber?
Tosaka looked towards Saber meaningfully.
I really read that sentence really wrong, but it's too late now.
It became one sentence.
It really did.
Saber doesn't answer. Instead, she averts her eyes awkwardly.
I didn't even know if it was a sentence or a question mark.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
you're really
You missed
focused.
like my most awkward reading ever of a line.
Oh, why? What happened?
Do you want her to redo it for you? Do you want her to reread it the same wrong way she did?
I don't think I could
Yes.
reread it the same way because of the fact that I now know what the line is. So because sometimes I read just as fast as I'm speaking when I'm going through the line, I didn't know if the line was a question or a statement. So I started out as a statement, realized it's a question, and then switched intonation in the middle. And then I was like, oh wait, there's a comma here, and it was an absolute mess.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to
Yeah, you're
it.
gonna have to watch a clip of it later.
Yes.
I'm gonna make a clip, but that's just so you can find it later pending. It's not gonna be exactly at the same spot.
Thank you. Yes, I look forward to watching the clip.
Once you pass
And-
through the exceptionally tall trees, something unexpected comes to our view. Yes, Pending, did you get a fun phone call about how there's dinosaurs spotted in
Oh.
your area?
No, it was family checking in to see how my first day is.
That's good.
Yeah.
Were they spotted in the area?
Not at this moment.
You should be careful.
Ye- Oh, so what happened? Did we resolve the Saber and Shiro arguing?
Yeah, we fixed Saber. Everything's good. We're ready to fight Berserker.
Yeah, we said they're like Saber's like, oh no, I'll sacrifice myself for you, and Shiro's like, okay, we'll do that, and then Rin's like, are you sure you want to? Because I have no intentions of letting you go through what this stupid heroic sacrifice shit you're planning. Can we just follow my plan? So Rin just basically said, no.
Right. Okay.
Ruin? Okay.
We should be able to hide out here for a while. What? This sounds like a terrible plan, but okay, sure. Tactical mastermind Rin Tosaka. Let's go, I guess. Archer found this place on our way here. He said we could use it as a hideout just in case.
Trees choke the ruins. Only one of the rooms on the second floor remains more or less intact. The windows are miraculously undamaged, and the brilliant moonlight casts the room into a pale glow.
Fred, you know what this scene reminds me of?
Of what?
In the fate that the the Fate that didn't get released, the pre-Fate
Uh-huh.
game, whatever. Doesn't this room look like the room that the girl that's the main character chills in, and then all the glass breaks because she's summoning King Arthur?
Do you think I remember that like little fake
looks
trailer? You
Similar.
think I remember the fake trailer they put out?
I don't know.
You think that they made this for that game and then they're like, JK?
I kind of do, actually. Oh, it's pretty clean here. Maybe someone was staying here recently.
Nothing phases this girl. Tosak steps over the rubble and pats the bed near the wall with both hands.
This is pretty clean to her?
You know, seeing that Shiro thought his room was dirty when it has nothing in it.
They're just complete opposites.
Yeah. I mean, she is also used to her room having a bunch of chairs all over it.
That's true, yeah.
Shiro, over here. We should lay Saber here. Getting carried can actually be pretty tiring, you know?
Oh yeah, I'll be right there. I lay Saber in the old beat-up bed.
Crunch, crunch.
Who's asking that? It doesn't matter. It's Jay. Jay asked that.
How are you holding up, Saber? Can you still move?
Yes, I am fine since Shiro carried me here. It seems I can still maintain my body.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Anyway,
Jay?
no, continue. I'm just saying, oh no, don't worry about it.
Oh no, Jay?
Shut up, Red. This is your fault.
Oh, Jay, this is you reading.
I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this wasn't just me.
Is that a reference to something in Fate or something? Is that like an inside thing?
No, this is something Red. I'm thinking about something Red told me earlier. Okay. Then there's only one issue left. It's been an hour, and it might take even a little longer, even if Elizabeth is going to pursue us. No, we might be able to hide here until morning if they have trouble finding us.
Oh. She just reminded me of something. We've run as far as this ruins, but what happened with Berserker and Archer? He stayed in the castle to hold Berserker off. It's already been an hour. Archer should have retreated from the castle by now. Tosaka, Tosaka doesn't respond. She only presses her right hand to her heart, like she's clutching something precious. And that's enough to tell me what happened to Archer. Tosaka's command spells are on her right arm. A master and their servant are connected. In the same way Saber was able to detect when I was in danger, a master can sense whether their servant is alive or dead. Tosaka,
Yeah, and I told him just to buy us some time. That guy, he was pretentious till the very end.
Silence falls between us.
Are we not going to get to see what happened?
So, Penny, let me tell you something fun.
Okay.
So there's the Dean anime. There's the 2006 Dean anime, which is, in a lot of ways, it's kind of mediocre. It's okay. I think it's a fine way to watch Fate the first time, but it's definitely not like the best adaptation ever. And obviously, it does some really weird stuff where it just combines routes here and there. However, it does actually one of the things it does good, or one of the cool things about it, is that it actually does show the Archer and Berserker fight.
I would have loved that.
Hey.
But I can't show you because it's spoilers. Which is also funny to say, but it's cool.
Yeah, Red's been getting mad at me every time I say that to him about Final Fantasy XIV stuff.
Well, okay. I assume we see that fight in a different route. Probably the Rin route.
No. You'll never see that fight. After the Rin route, we can show you that fight.
Okay.
It feels like...
But yeah, we gotta get through the Rin route for sure.
It feels like the silence will last forever, but then...
But I won't let it be meaningless. Since I've lost Archer, I'm going to defeat Berserker here.
The sound of Tosaka
Die trying,
punching her
probably.
hand to her fist breaks the silence.
No more mourning. My rule is that I should take action if I have the time to worry. We've come this far, so now I'm going to have to... You make a decision too.
Huh? What kind of decision?
You should know very well the decision to defeat Elizabeth by killing Berserker. If we have Saber with us, we can't get out of this forest, and having her recover naturally would take too long. Whichever we try, Ilya catches us. Don't you get it? If the three of us are ever going to leave this forest, we need to defeat Berserker. If we can't do that, we're just going to follow Archer.
This feels very much like climax of the route.
Defeat Berserker? That monster? Defeat that invincible whirlwind of death? ... I can't imagine that being possible. If we fight, we die. Tosaka should understand perfectly herself. Is her plan still to defeat him even knowing that? No, that's wrong. What am I saying? Tosaka's not saying we can beat it. She's not so blindly optimistic. Yeah, got it. We're not going to beat him to win. I should have realized it from the very beginning. We have to beat him, don't we? That's all there is to it. If we don't want to die here, we have to defeat that monster.
Exactly. Things aren't as dire as you might think either. Yeah, it's Berserker, but he should be wounded after fighting Archer. I've brought my entire jewel collection, and if Saber can recover, then we can come up with a plan or two. In fact, don't you think this is our best opportunity to defeat Ilya Seville since Berserker's wounded?
But is there a way to heal Saber? This isn't the best place to treat her.
No, location isn't important for treating Saber. Saber is only weak because she's out of magical energy. If we can replenish enough of that magical energy, she should be able to use her abilities like before.
Tosaka's explanations reminds me of late last night. She said that Saber's magical energy was mostly gone, which is why, to restore Saber's magical energy, if you want to save Saber, you'll need to tell her to attack people and eat their souls. Then there's only one answer. Use the command spell, Emiya. That should at least let you avoid the worst case here. I say, in Tosaka's voice in my head. I have 2 command spells left. I'll use one to make Saber attack people so she can devour their souls to replenish her magical energy. If Saber won't recover, we can't defeat Berserker. If we can't defeat Berserker, then he'll kill us. I look at Saber where she lies.
That seems like, no, man. Don't have her consume souls.
We're just letting her suffer at this point, but no. I still can't agree with letting Saber attack innocent people.
You think there are innocent people around here? Yes.
Yeah, it'd be wild to find some innocent people around.
Yes, I actually agree this time.
Huh?
If we were somewhere else, I might have suggested it. But we're in Ilya Seville's forest. There's not a single human soul around. There might be some people besides Ilya and Berserker in the castle, but going back there is a suicide mission. For Saber to eat souls, we'd have to be out of this place. So that's not going to happen right now.
Tosaka nods. I'm relieved not to have to make Saber attack people, but then how are we supposed to replenish Saber's magical energy? So what do we need to do, Tosaka? This whole problem comes from me not being able to provide Saber with magical energy.
There are other ways. I thought I explained that to you yesterday. I guess it was the day before yesterday now. Sharing magical energy with a servant can be accomplished by sharing magecraft and a handful of other methods. Back then, well, I didn't say anything because I never thought we would end up in a situation like this.
I try to think back to our conversation that night. Nope, now that she mentioned it, she said something like, well, a path should have been created. Oh, you're gonna do it? Cool.
Between you and Saber during her summoning. Well, so there might be a different way, but... Blah, 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 blah,
I think
blah.
what Tosaka said, for some reason her voice was girlier than usual. Man, must be my memories of Tosaka. I remember now. He said something about a path, and that there was some other method of magecraft.
Oh, you know, he has a tendency to think everyone's
Right?
a girl, except for Tosaka for some reason.
Or did I get it wrong? At the time, I was shocked to learn that I had to make Saber attack people, so I might have misheard her. Tosaka, is there another way?
Yeah, there are 2 options I can help you with, but this isn't exactly an ideal situation for either. Listen, Saber lacks magical energy because the path between you two is incomplete. In order for her to recover, we need to reform the path between you two to make it work properly. That's probably the best solution, but nope, that's you.
That's probably the best solution, but I don't know how to do it. Saber summoning was messed up from the start, and if I had been able to make a connection to supply her with magical energy, we wouldn't be in this mess.
It's quite simple. We need you and Saber to bond properly and reconnect your spiritual path. That's the only way to fix a path without breaking a contract or resummoning her. And to do that, we need to transplant your magic circuits into Saber.
Transplant my magic circuits into Saber?
He's like, no problem, and then he just grabs the hot rod from his back.
Those hot rods, you know?
Yeah.
To establish a path between you and Saber, we need to transplant spiritually important organs.
We're gonna need some hot rods. I'm hoping that wasn't a metaphor. and Shiro's just like, oh, don't you worry. It was never a metaphor.
They were here the whole time.
If the and the Master are borrowing the Holy Grail's power, we need to create a connection that's strong, or else the path won't be formed. And to accomplish that, we need to transplant the Master's magic circuits to their servant. It's going to require something that extreme, or your powers won't reach Saber.
Magic circuits. An indispensable mechanism for mages to use Odd to activate mana. It's the core of the mage's existence, and without it, the magical energy that serves as the source of the mage's powers can't be created. To a mage,
him to do more exposition, so it's not me this time.
Their magic circuits are more important than the life itself. They see them as the thing that gives their existence value.
It's too dangerous to transplant a servant's circuit to a master. Transplanting the circuits of ghostliners, especially heroic spirit, into a dying person pretty much only leads to severe rejection. So our only remaining option is to transplant your circuits to Saber. But it amounts to ripping the nerves out of your body, which means the burden here will be
entirely on the one offering the transplant. Ripping out nerves is the same as amputating fingers or even arms. That's Saber, I guess? Yeah. That's Saber.
For sure.
That's Saber, who is also pending.
Please wait, Ren. That would be too much for Shiro.
That's Rin. Rin Toslaka.
And if we don't do it, none of us will survive. You should know that, Saber.
I go quietly as I can. I have to get my priorities straight. We don't have time for me to hesitate when it needs to be done. What needs to be done is clear. Tosaka, can you make this work?
I'll make it work, yes, but even if it works, it's not going to be safe or easy. I have no intention of failing, but even if I succeed, your magic circuits will go to Saber. You will experience such an intense sense of loss and pain, you'll wish I failed.
...
Cool.
Is that
Still you.
Still me?
Yeah.
If your magic circuits are taken from you, that means you...
It would mean that my secondary nerve, my missing magic circuits, would be like a piece torn from my psyche and would damage the spiritual body's integrity, creating a fatal flaw in me as a mage. I will never regain that missing piece for as long as I live. My hopes of becoming a full-fledged mage from experience alone will die. Once I lose my foundation, my magic circuits, I will always be incomplete, no matter what. ...
Once you lose your magic circuits, you're crippled.
I nod for my own sake. Is that all? I'd rather save Saber. Okay, let's do it, Tosaka.
That was fast. Oh well, I guess it's time for you to decide. I guess it's fine you decided so fast, but you do really understand what you're getting into?
I do. You already told me.
I don't understand what I'm supposed to be reading here. Of course you don't. Listen, I basically just told you that you're going to have to die as a mage to save Saber. How How can you just agree without any questions or objections?
Because
You don't understand. That's basically Shiro's dream.
That is Shiro's dream.
Like this is your. You don't have to sell this to him. You had him at a low.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
I've waited long for this day. I've trained fixing microwaves for this day every day, hoping one day I would sacrifice my magic circuits to save another. Or my life. Or my bike.
To save
This
a
is
cute
all-
girl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. This is all upside for him.
Because I don't have any objections. I'm agreeing because it's the best plan we have. You should be more confident of your own plan. Seeing you panic like this is making me worry. And if I don't do this, Saber can't fight Berserker, right? Literally, I'm agreeing because, 1, a good idea, I like it. 2, we'll die.
Right, that's what I've been saying.
See? And it's not like we haven't made any sacrifices. We have to fight and win since he bought us the time. His stance told me to go. I didn't like him, but he was willing to risk his life to protect his master, Tosaka. I can't back out now.
Bye. Let's begin, Shiro. It's late in the middle of the night. I need to get some sleep.
Yeah, are you ready, Saber? We're going to translate my magic circuit to you.
Yes, if that is your decision, Master.
I hear neither affirmation or denial in her voice. But her eyes seem filled with regret.
Rin's here for this scene?
Jay, are you literally looking up?
No. I'm just asking what
Yes,
I'm just thinking
yes,
about.
yes.
Oh my god, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Anyway, continue.
I guess Tosaka is going to prepare us for the transplant.
I'm predicting in
why
my
would-
Don't worry
head.
about. Don't worry about it.
Don't
would
worry
she
about it,
not
Penny.
do?
I don't.
Okay.
She's the one who tells him how to do it, Jay. Come on.
Where else could she be? They're all hiding in this like.
Yeah, Jay,
Don't,
come on.
don't worry about it, Pending. Anyway, continue.
Okay.
I don't know the procedure, so I'll just have to leave it all to Tosaka.
We'll start with Saber. Shiro, keep your magic circuits on and just try to keep your mind clear.
I close my eyes and switch over the artificial nerve in my body. Thanks to Tosaka's instruction, I've been able to turn on my circuits on
Dang,
and
he only
off
has
effortlessly.
one? Feels bad, bro.
No, he has all these.
Yeah, but only one's working.
He turned one on, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Ugh. A red flower entangles the white flower. Tosaka climbs up to straddle Saber, who lies still, and then begins to run her fingers along the curves of Saber's slender form. Tosaka, what are you doing to Saber?
What do you mean? I'm doing this to help Saber relax. We won't have a good chance of success if Saber can't relax.
Hey, is that how people relax?
Sorry. Okay, sorry. Continue.
What were you thinking, Shiro? What were you thinking?
Is
What
it
are
the
you
is
thinking?
the drag? Is
I
it
don't
the
know,
dragon
it's not
time?
a much more
Is it
explicit way.
dragon time?
Illusaville was on it.
Yo, it's dragon time.
What were you thinking?
All right, Rin Tosaka.
Saber, you gotta.
Now let's
Give her a
get your
bath
clothes
now.
off, Saber.
What? Saber goes,
That's
what also?
Saber.
Yeah.
Saber.
What?
She's reacting to everything I do. We just need to take some of her clothes off. Transplanting magic circus is a mingling of body and mind. We need to make sure you make as much contact with as little obstruction as possible.
Tosaka's completely calm about this. Can you see how calm she is? She's super calm.
I'm
Tosaka's so calm about
you
this.
know?
What is
Saber-
with these rules? Aren't we talking about magic here?
They're talking.
She's a doctor right now.
To
She is
transfer
being
magic, you have to do skin to skin contact.
We're doing a
Apparently.
surgery. What are you talking about? Penny, do you get surgeries
Are
with your
we?
shirts on?
I guess not.
This is Red's
you-
fault,
you
chat.
shouldn't-
I want to say this is definitely Red's fault.
Oh, you would be fine if I hadn't told you. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I would have probably have been less. You know, it's the anticipation increase every single time as we got closer and closer, and I was going, No, they wouldn't.
Saber and I are
wouldn't,
the
right?
only two who are flustered about this as Tosaka begins undoing Saber's collar.
Please wait, Ren. I can at least do that.
You can hardly lift your arm, so quit trying to act tough. Unless, Emiya, do you want to take Saber's clothes off since you're her master?
You! I want to call her a fool, but I snapped my mouth shut. All jokes aside, I'm not suited to a task like that. If I had to do it, I wouldn't be able to maintain my composure. Sorry, I'm leaving everything to you.
I was barely maintaining my composure earlier, so...
What composure?
Exactly. Good, so you know you'll need to strip too. Just lift the shirt, though. I'll kill you if you think about taking off your pants.
I can't tell if she's joking or being serious. It seems like I need a strip to connect with Saber, though.
Shiro, if I may ask, please turn away for a moment.
Got it. Tell me when you're ready.
No.
No? I turned away and folded the shirt I was wearing. I try to distract myself and hide how nervous I am by folding the shirt up, neatly, sleeves and all. That's you, Jay.
Are you okay, Saber?
Yes, I feel much better. However...
I need to calm down. I try to get my fear under control as I find myself dreading how painful and difficult magic circuit transplants will be and how it might fail. This is just a step along the path. I should be more worried about the fight with Berserker than that comes after this.
You can turn around now, Shiro.
Okay. That's barely anything. ... I forget to breathe. I've seen her bare skin before, but I've never seen Saber like this. Like I'm seeing her now as she lies in a bed.
Yeah, I can't believe Shiro saw her coming out of the bath.
I know, right? ...
It must be all this tension in the air. It's not just me. Saber's acting weird too.
Stop thinking of Saber as a girl, you know?
She acted normal when I saw her bare skin before.
Saber's not thinking of herself as a servant.
Then Ren Tosaka.
Bro, I forgot. I'm still here. Fuck this shit. Get up here and get on top of Saber.
It's like someone else is controlling my body. I'm walking toward the bed, but it doesn't seem real to me.
Someone's having a flag state. The fruit words. Flag state. I can't. F-U-G-U-E. I can't.
You got this. You got this.
Oh,
I
Ren
can
Tosaka.
Fugue, yeah.
It's a German word too, you would think. Saber, I'll handle things until the sympathizing step. I'll have you take over after that. But make sure not to take too much. The less you take, the less burden on Shiro. The less burden on Shiro will be? I have turned to Yoda.
Yeah, understood. Even though you seem to have broken Rin, please go ahead.
I have no idea what they're saying. Right now, it's all I can do to breathe.
Yeah, that's what happens when you start speaking Yoda speak. It's a little hard to understand.
We get even closer. We're so close, our skin's almost touching. I feel Saber's weak breath on me. I support my weight with my hands. My body's so close to hers. Ugh. Those are words that I'm sure Ren Tosaka is saying.
Nope, that's definitely you saying it, right?
Why? I'm not the one doing the surgery. I'm just sitting here.
Fuck me. You're right. It is probably me saying those words.
It's okay.
German words.
Auftrag wird something. There you go.
I just want to mention that is exactly the pronunciation and connotation that... Is it connotation is the right word? Connotation.
Yeah. I'm sure that's exactly how Rin is reading it right now.
Yeah. Rin is just super checked out right now.
The chant begins. I try to focus my consciousness on what's happening to clear my mind so I can sympathize with Saber.
Again, I feel like I should have had Red suffer. Oh my god. Sie fliegen hoch, schnell wird zu morgen. I don't. Just keep going.
I only see Saber. I'm impressed you're even doing it, you know? I can only see Saber's face. She's,
Just exasperated.
she's already in a meditative state. I can't keep my eyes open forever. I reluctantly close my eyes.
My German's not good, man.
I mean,
And it wasn't
It's
bad
okay.
for
My,
that
my
one
German
second.
isn't good either.
My German doesn't exist.
Es gibt drei
Jay, as long as you say it with confidence, I won't know the difference.
I'm sure. I'm gonna keep saying it until I don't have to speak German anymore. It's gonna be a really long time. Naiva Herbert Frachten, I don't know, something along
My
those
senses
lines.
begin to fade. It's the
I
same
don't
floating
feel
sensation
some of this German is not very German.
when I create my magic circuit every night. The feeling of my ego, my mind leaving my body. This
Like, I
time,
may have
though,
only taken 2 years of German, but
It's
even
running in
I
reverse.
know when the grammar is bad.
normally I feel that sensation coming from my back. But right now, my consciousness is escaping from my chest. Wait, it's not the hot rods in my back. It's a hot rod in my chest.
Oh!
The five senses are functioning associated with the physical body. The moment my consciousness leaves my body, I lose my sense of hearing. But my ears are more sensitive to Saber's breathing. Her slow, steady breathing begins to speed up. I hear the heart pounding in my chest. Blood rushes through my veins. I leave the vessel known as Shiro Emiya and slide into her body.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. ...
It's dragon time.
My consciousness sinks deeper into her. My self swirls and converges, invading her as a solid crystal.
Let's
Pulsing
note that
hot breath.
This is definitely her spirit, his spirit in her spirit, okay, guys? His
Jay!
spirit.
Dragons, Jay! Dragons!
Dragons!
My heart, not our bodies,
You know-
touch.
See, it's just their hearts, guys.
Hey, you never had a heart-to-heart with someone? This is what's happening.
is this a heart-to-heart? Is this what a heart-to-heart is?
Yeah, have you never had one?
Yeah, they speak to each other in a deeper level, like a telekinesis almost.
I
do
thought I
it in Gundam
had
a lot,
heart-to-hearts
actually.
before, but now I'm second guessing that.
Well, I hate to tell you this, but I'm pretty sure that's a
Saber?
Saber talking.
Shiro. I
Her
don't know
voice
how
rings out
I'm
like a bell.
referring.
And in
I don't
response,
know.
my essence escapes my physical body.
He's astroplaning.
He really is astroplaning right now. Look, it's the Toei logo.
Oh, wow. My senses are transformed.
Oh,
I have
wait, not
no
Toei. It's that other animation company that's old.
I have no hands, no legs, no self, but I continue on this bare state. Time seems to flow backwards. Instead of flying, I feel as if I'm being left behind. I accelerate.
This
The
is pretty
body,
psychedelic.
persona, order, law. I become an arrow, shattering every barrier around me, destroying the
Hey, it's a
boundaries,
callback.
destroying the boundaries that separate one person from another. Sparks
You
race
know-
along the circuit. I know.
We never actually saw Archer use his bow.
You just saw him like pretending to train with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did do a dry shot from it, which I was upset
Yeah.
with. But no, he hasn't. We never got to see him actually
Yeah,
use
it
it.
doesn't matter.
And he's dead
Especially
now,
when
so
it
he went
doesn't
the
matter.
full route without using the bow.
Yeah, I can't believe he's dead now.
I freeze in the ecstasy of reaching the speed
I
of
can't
light.
believe we'll never find out who he was.
They say a person's life flashes by in a single instant. The flashbacks are cruel. Every instant passes by in the blink of an eye. I can't look at it directly, so I find myself going emotionally numb. So this is a mental
he
journey.
Does have a body blinking in there.
Yep.
I just thought it was going to be just the circuit wires.
I remind just how comforting our physical bodies are, our anchors can be. I visualize the foundation of magecraft. The human operation is quantified. Hundreds of institutions, millions of joints form a circle. The endless complex patterns are in fact just a highway formed by a single repetition. Gao gao. Gao gao indeed. All heading into a vastness of the future. It's like a vehicle of some kind heading toward the darkened city of light. Here, in the present, my thoughts pass by at the speed of light. Eternity passes in an instant. I pass through the last boundary. I break through, and I am inside her. I see a glimpse of Altria's magic circuits, not my own.
Ew.
I'm sorry, I'm
I
reading
don't know
it.
an Ultra, sorry.
I'm sorry, I'm reading here, Jess. I need you to accept the words that I'm reading.
I don't know who Ultra is.
The changes are extreme. The speed and light of the world vanish all at once. Here it is dark. Here it is heavy. The pressure of it pushes against my body, my bodiless form. The air is so thick, I may as well be underwater. My body sinks, feeling only the agony of being clamped in a vice. The path is deep, and I can't see the bottom. I feel myself fall through the thick twilight, plummeting deeper into an even deeper, denser darkness. It seems impossible that, just a moment ago, I traveled 10,000 miles in the blink of an eye. Now, even going a single mile seems like it would be an arduous eternal journey. I feel neither light nor hope. ...
I can't remember if I said this or not already, but this scene is extremely psychedelic compared to the rest of the game.
You did say that,
Agreed.
actually.
Oh, okay.
Are these really Saber's magic circuits? They're completely different from mine. The shape of the circuits, the number of pathways, all differs from person to person. But this is unlike anything else.
They do like to do psychedelic imagery when they're talking about spiritual matters, and they did say this is a connection of the heart, spiritual.
Yeah, I mean,
wibbly wobbly things.
I think this
It
is
is
as good a
wibbly-wobbly.
way to. I think this is really as good a way to convey what's happening as any.
Probably.
This isn't a matter of skill or ability. Saber's magic circuits are fundamentally different from a mage's. The path rumbles. Every time it does, my tiny self nearly shatters. I don't know what Saber's magic circuits are like, but I can tell the sympathizing magecraft is functioning properly.
Although it's interesting because like Rin was warning like about how like terrible and painful this would be, but it seems more ethereal than, anything else. Maybe that pain comes later.
Red must speak any future joke. I'm just gonna skip it, This is not a failure. The dark, heavy pressure of this place doesn't seem like Saber, but it's also not an impure place. It's brimming with life. The flowing air is blood and the swirl of magical energy. I realize I've forgotten to breathe. I haven't needed to. Sinking is painful, but it's not life-threatening. I look up into the darkness I've sunken into, but I seem to be past the point of no return. I can't see anything in this darkness. I'm submerging gradually, but the distance ahead is infinite.
Oh, maybe this is
The air goes heavier. This is what?
this is where the pain begins.
My rate of descent slows yet again. I squint into the darkness. Oh, hello, main menu.
Hey, main menu. Nice of you to join us.
It seems the seemingly endless road does have an end. I feel the heat of Saber's body. I feel her every breath so close. The final destination. I reach the source of Saber's magical circuits, the center of her mental world. But what I see is beyond my capacity to understand. It's the core of a star. I've reached the embodiment of some impossible, scorching heat, breathing from the depths of Earth. The fiery red surface swirls, and then there's a splash, like stagnant mud. At the bottom, there lies a giant shadow. Its fiery eyes fix on the tiny intruder. Whether its master gave the intruder permission to enter or not, it's still a foreign invader. In the face of this core, my own consciousness is barely a mote of dust to disturb its function, or a piece of wood to feed the fire. ... I gulp, even though I have no throat to swallow with. I take in the entire scene. These are Saber's magic circuits. A heart beyond anything human, so different from ours, which we imagine as lines and circuits. This is a reactor core. If a mage's body is a machine for creating magical energy, then what I'm seeing right now is an entire factory. But the core isn't active. The key that should activate the core, the spark of power to bring the whole thing to life, has been cut off. Despite the overwhelming ability this core has to produce massive amounts of magical energy, it lacks the initial charge to activate itself. It floats overhead, a stagnant sea of fuel. No matter how much undiluted magical energy fills the endless space, it's useless. It needs to ignite. Even a tiny spark could do the trick. So long as the pathway for magical energy is connected, the core will roar back to life. And to do that, something beyond human knowledge awakens. Pathways running over the lake of magical energy begin to swirl. Red air explodes upwards into a hello again menu, a raging pillar. This is what it is like to stand in a thundercloud?
Oh, wow. What is that? It looks like a... What is that?
So intense is the roar of raging waves that I don't even properly hear it. The same way something too massive can't be properly seen, the roar is of its own kind of silence to me. What appears in the heart of the blazing core is the embodiment of every threat mankind carries in its heart, in their hearts.
I guess this is what Bryn was referring to when she said that this would be difficult.
Well, I mean, it has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britain. Phantasmal blood runs in their human veins.
It has been said that the king is a red dragon that symbolizes Britain. Fun fact, that too was not a metaphor.
The child of a sacred star. A dragon. A ruler, the symbol of many phantasmal species. Objects of both awe and fear. The pinnacle of all beasts, appearing at times as a demon, at times as a god. This is what lies in Saber's subconsciousness. The otherworldly form suits the servant said to be the best. The cauldron opens. Vicious fangs are all I see. There can be no resistance. Humans, which pale to insignificance before this, could never defend against it. No human intelligence could ever conceive of a way to escape. Oh, it must be famished. It devours its prey, which would normally seem inconsequential as motes of dust, with its bloodshot eyes.
Oh.
And I am at a complete loss for words. I wonder, why do we not eat living meals? It's obvious. We cannot bear to see our food alive. We prefer fresh food, but rarely do we eat anything alive, because we feel it's cruel for the food to suffer. In other words,
It's cruel for food to suffer? What the fuck are we
killing
talking
the
about?
meat we consume before we eat it, so our way of preserving its dignity. A
You
scream
want
of,
to eat it while it's alive. You want to eat it when it's dead.
we
I
scream.
guess.
A scream of rage tears its way
Well,
from my throat.
If you start chewing
I think
something
the
that's
reason
alive,
we
it's
eat
gonna
it when
scream
it's
at you.
dead is because of the fact that generally it's not sanitary to eat meat raw, generally.
I forget who I am and roar like a beast. I try to appeal to the beast. The hatred builds within me. My only resistance is bearing my emotions. I beg for mercy like a crucified sinner as I am grounded to a meal.
He's in a genjutsu.
My consciousness grows hazy, muddled. Every purpose and meaning in life falls away. Any hope of retaining my sanity is as long gone as creation itself. ... The pain, the pressure, they're far, far too much. And then, when I came to see it only as a monster, even once I'd learned of this hell, I believed I could endure it. The image of Saber, her head hanging low, comes back to me. ... I recall meaning in this pain. The meaning that drives me forward.
Eating a cracker or something? Or
Someone's
is that
eating a
the
fortune
game?
cookie.
It's a fortune cookie. I'm
Okay, I
sorry.
wasn't sure if that was part of it. No, it's fine. It's fine. I just thought it would be funny if it was part of the game.
It's me
No,
driving.
but I don't
That
think
would
the,
be funny.
the sound of the nerves getting pulled out would have sounded like that. It probably would have sounded more like a ripping noise, probably, if they had to put sound
I wish I
effects
had
in
a
it.
cracker.
Yeah.
It's a literal
Those
painful
fortune cookie, I
reminder
already
of
read
what I
that,
came
but
here
what's
to
the
do.
rest of the chat? ...
I draw in a deep breath and let go of my resistance. It's not the dragon's fangs I should be fighting, but the pain twisting through me. I'm not here to run from the pain. I'm here to save her pain, to live up to the trust she placed in me time and time again. And so, I'm here to give her the best thing that I, who has no hope of fighting, can give. The pain is indescribable. I can't reach out to my ground down consciousness. I hone my awareness like a blade, silently as if I were asleep. Here, eternity is but an instant. As long as I can endure this pain, even for an instant, my consciousness will remain. Alright then. I won't let myself feel an ounce of fear. I shall dedicate this pain to you, who will be the one to fight.
The dragon.
Yeah, it's a dragon.
Yo, I've been waiting like 6 days for this.
You've been waiting for the dragon since the
Yeah, I've been waiting for
because
the
the
dragon.
the meme I talked about.
What meme?
The dragon meme.
The dragon. The pain. I'm sorry, Penny. I lost the meme.
I've never seen this before.
Yeah, I lost the. He's also never seen the dragon. The pain instantly fades. The Dean anime does have the dragon though, which is also wild. It first
Yeah, but
originated
the
in the
dragon
Dean anime.
doesn't look like this dragon.
The red dragon is gone, and my consciousness gradually floats back to the surface. Am I weightless because I lost something? As if I'm floating back up to the water surface, I feel myself begin rising up above the reactor. But wait, there's something I want to check before. Oh, Saber, obviously there's a dragon. How could you forget about the dragon in Fate Stay Night? Ah, it's so warm. A dull throbbing hum issues from the reactor as it burns with a golden light. The elaborate magic circuits shine with a rainbow hue and begin their circulation. The fire is lit. I may be untrained amateur of a mage, but today I've filled my role as her lord. I surrender my body to the wind and float upward. I catch a glimpse of a distant memory. A figure holding a sword, and a figure standing in a grassy field as it dances in the wind. Which one did I find reminiscent? Well, one has a sword, so... ... I feel sunlight on my eyelids and slowly open them. ... Dazed and confused, I check over my body. My arms and legs are fine, I don't see any wounds. Maybe the pain faded the moment I was able to endure it. My physical wounds, and even my mental scars, seem to have been healed. Who's that? Oh, it's Saber.
Oh, Shiro.
I hear a weak voice from under me, huh? The feeling of her soft skin immediately makes me realize who's speaking, and the position we're in. Ouch! Saber is lying on the bed with her blouse in disarray, while Tosaka is sleeping, cradling her knees to her chest. Tosaka may be fine, but Saber's been under me for, like, the whole time. Morning, Saber.
Yes. Good morning, Shiro.
We exchange awkward pleasantries. Saber slowly gets up and rearranges her blouse. Oh, crap, we're so embarrassed we can't look at each other in the eye. You can already get up, Saber?
Yes. I can receive your supply of magical energy now.
She seems to be back to her normal self. When I carried her last night, she was so weak. It seems she might disappear at any moment, but that weakness is gone now. I see. That's a relief. So the magic circuit transplant worked.
Yes. So, would you please put your clothes on, Shiro? I do not know why, but it is difficult speaking to you this way.
I look down at myself.
Can't possibly know why.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I hesitantly reached for my neatly folded shirt. That was nice of Tosaka to fold it up like that. Wait, no, I did that. Why did I fold it so tight? I vividly recall last night's ritual. I connected with Saber, and Tosaka transplanted my magic circuits deep within Saber. Saber looks like she's back to normal. What happened to me? ... Tosaka warned me that my body and mind may not be able to handle the loss of magic circuits. I don't feel much damage, nor any huge sense of loss. I was a little scared, but I checked my magic circuits myself. The idea of seeing for myself how much I've lost is terrifying, but we're heading into battle against Berserker. I need to understand my own condition. Oh? I don't know how to
That's-
explain it. The overall function of my magic circuits feels sluggish, but there doesn't seem to be any obvious damage. I was chewed to pieces, but my magic circuits are still intact. It looks like I'll still be able to do my strengthening magecraft. I see, so that means... I assume the magic circuits I really used were the ones Tosaka took. I only activate about 1 to 4 circuits when I do strengthening. Since I can't do large-scale magecraft anyway, I never fully activated my magic circuits. So she transplanted the circuits I don't use to Saber.
Sorry.
Okay. Hero? I mean, well,
Shiro?
I close my eyes to assess my situation. It seems I won't affect my strengthening magecraft, but this sluggishness, like I'm wading through water, is because my capacity for magecraft has decreased. In exchange, though, I feel that I'm connected to something important deep inside myself. I can't tell exactly where it's coming from, but I feel a faint line that connects me to Saber. I've gained something truly important in exchange for my lost circuits.
The red of fate.
Day night.
I must apologize, Shiro.
Saber speaks up from somewhere behind me.
I did my best to take as few of your circuits as possible. Did I drop something?
Probably. You're so clumsy.
How many does he really
It just
have? Does he have like...
Why don't you just count them when they're on screen? I guess it's too late to do that now.
Put him back on screen then.
You can't do that.
Oh, then I can't count them.
Well, I guess I could go to the main menu and find a CG of his magic circuits, but I'm not going to do that.
Bow wow.
I did.
Do you think he lost
this
half of
was
them?
still mine.
I
Okay.
thought you were looking for whatever you dropped. I thought, damn, he decided to just go look for it.
Oh no, I just didn't realize that she was still talking. But even that bare minimum was too much to take from any one person. I have left a scar on you that will never fade, and I cannot apologize enough for that. It is my failure. If only I were stronger, more disciplined, I would not have.
No, that's not true. You have nothing to apologize for, Saber. This all happened because I couldn't supply you with magical energy in the first place. That's solved now, though. Now I can give you magical energy you need without a problem. Yep, now I can finally proudly say that I am Saber's master.
But, Shiro,
Don't worry about my magic circuits. I didn't use them all anyway. I even feel better without them, actually. Saber's expression remains clouded. Ah, crap, I never know what to say at times like this. Saber's recovered, and I survived even after the loss of some of my magic circuits. Saber's magic circuits, the dream of light and wind, and Saber in her youth. And on top of that, we spent the night touching skin to skin. ... Calm down. Calm down. The ritual was for our survival. Are you... Alright, hold on, Jay. I see.
Yeah, what?
I was just wondering, okay? I didn't know. I was wondering. I looked over and saw it.
Yeah?
saw what? What?
Don't worry about it, Pending. Continue with the scene.
That was a ritual for our survival. I need to calm my mind. If I don't focus, I could mess up during battle. That's rinsing. I said it for you, Rin. I know you're busy right now. The sleeping
No,
rhythm
I
of
breathe.
Tosaka's breathing halts as she grunts. Looking like Tosaka's awake too. Who said that one? Okay, the first one's Saber.
Oh, I just noticed that half of you are playing farm merch right now.
That's what I was
Anyway,
pointing out
go
without
ahead.
saying.
Read, Saber.
Yeah, read Saber.
Saber says yo?
No, Saber said good
other
morning.
one.
Oh, good morning, Rin.
Yo, morning, Tosaka. I see Tosaka's hair shift, and then head tilt up. She's not a morning person at all, and she doesn't look like her usual sharp self, at all. Thanks, Tosaka, it worked.
Yes, he is able to supply me with magical energy now. But in exchange, Shiro has...
No, I only lost about 30%, so don't worry about it. That's not on their website anyway. I can make do with what I still have.
30%? I did everything I could to minimize what I took, but I still took 30%. I cannot believe my own greed.
Greedy, you say? I know you are hungry, but I wish you had a little better manners. We talking about the dragon? At least you can make a joke about it, right? Toastalk joining us helps dispel the awkwardness between Saber and me. Now we're back to normal.
What is with this shot of like?
I don't
Rin,
know.
Rin like.
Is
kind
that
of
supposed
in
to
a
be me talking, by the way, with this weird shot?
Yes.
All right. Is that so? Then let's get going.
Toastalk yawns and gets to her feet.
They drop the camera and they're just like, well, I guess this is where it's pointed now.
It's almost time for the battle.
It's not like they dropped the camera. It's just they decided that in that position, that's the position Rin is taking in this scene.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that forest, Berserker and Iliasville wait. We don't defeat them at the Hurricane of Death. Everything we did last night was for nothing. The connection that created between me and Saber deep in our hearts. To protect what we created, we'll have to defeat the most powerful enemy of all.
I'm sorry, I'm chewing ice.
Interlude. Oh. 11-1. Their battle comes to an end. The two fought fiercely, and it ended with the disappearance of the Red Knight. Now a shadow of its former glory, the reception room is in ruins. The floors are cracked and broken. Many of the walls have been knocked down. The stairs have collapsed, and broken marble is scattered across the floor. There's hardly a trace of the reception room's original form. Some might even say that time itself has been stolen from the space. After such vast destruction, the scene bears no resemblance to what the two had hours ago. ... A sculpture well suited to such destruction stands in the middle of it all. Standing over 2 meters tall, it bears the crude likeness of a man, as roughly hacked out of stone. It hardly bears mentioning. This is Iliasville's servant Berserker. The giant doesn't move. Its entire body is splattered with red and several holes torn through it. Not a single inch of the giant's body isn't wounded. 1. Both legs appear on the verge of collapse. 2. A massive gash on the neck. 3. Arms practically hanging from the elbows. 4. Something has pierced it from the shoulder to groin. 5. Blood gushes out of from its chest. 6. Its belly is torn open. Berserker is not moving.
Archer actually did a lot of damage.
Berserker. He is Archer.
But yeah, he must have arched at him, I'm sure. Berserker is not moving. He will.
It's all sword damage, though.
It's clearly a corpse. The battle itself lasted less than an hour. The result, unexpected. Berserker's master is beside herself. She should be picking off the remains of her prey, but instead she just stands there, staring at the devastation. Such devastation, she's...
This was not in her intention, some would say. Oh, is it my turn? No,
it's Ilia's
No,
turn.
this is Ilia.
Unless they counted. Unless this was not his intention. the line.
Ilia?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Yes, it's you.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, I was distracted and fire emerged.
Yeah, I know. I realized. That's why I was trying to say it.
I don't believe this. Who was that guy?
Her voice is low mumble now. The battle came as the humiliation to her. Her servant is the most powerful. Among all the heroic spirits, maybe 1 or 2 could compete with Hercules, the most renowned hero of all time. And yet, some unknown archer defeated him. The Red Knight fought an equal ground with Berserker, and in the end even killed Berserker, which nobody else had even thought possible.
Wait, no, Berserker's dead?
And for that, he can never be forgiven. To Ilia, it is as if she had been stabbed in the heart by a passing insect. She prided herself on being the strongest master. For her to lose to the sort of she should have casually trampled must be unthinkable.
frustrating! I can't believe you let him beat you 6 times! You weren't going easy on him, were you, Berserker?
6 times.
The statue doesn't answer. It has neither the time or need to do so. Berserker stands still, focusing on healing himself.
Oh.
Even for him, this was an unusual battle. His noble phantasm nullifies any attack. So long as the attack is not of the highest possible class, it won't so much as scratch him. As such, he rarely sustains any wounds. In his own time, none could harm him after he attained greatness. But here, now he had been hurt 6 times. Archer delivered 6 fatal blows. Each of his attacks was a different sort. That is because even the strongest attacks won't work twice on Berserker. Strange as this battle was, the most truly bizarre part was... If Archer was a hero with so many different abilities, his identity should have been obvious. But even after his body was pulverized, Archer's identity remained a mystery. What was really surprising was how he carried himself in a way that seemed contradictory to a servant. ... A faint light flickered in the pupils of Berserker's eyes. Were Berserker a normal, rational servant, he'd probably feel pretty bad about how the battle went. Whatever his identity might have been, Archer was a rare, formidable adversary. If only Berserker's sanity hadn't been taken from him, he would have fought to his heart's content, and maybe even enjoyed himself.
Yeah, probably would have. Hercules was pretty chill like that. I mean, outside of like the time he
Don't worry about it, Jay. That accidents happen to everybody, especially when...
I won't forgive them. I'll never forgive them. How dare they insult me like this?
Ilya's voice echoes in the shattered hull. Whatever tiny embers of rationality might have been returning to him are immediately snuffed out by her voice. He's just Berserker now. His role is to overwhelm and annihilate his master's enemy.
Have you healed, Berserker? ...
Berserker doesn't need to answer. So long as the wound doesn't kill him, he'll heal in moments. But to completely recover from this wound would take as much as 3 days.
Can't wait that long. Fine, we're killing them now. ...
The giant silently objects. It's almost instinctive. At least, when it comes to a fight, Berserker has instincts similar to Saber's. He can certainly destroy his enemy easily enough, but if Saber has recovered enough that she can use her noble phantasm...
I mean, the way that they are writing his dialogue, I feel like Pending should be reading the lines when he's
I
thinking to
also
himself.
thought about it like that, but like, you know, unless Pending wants to take over reading the lines here.
I don't know. Like, is this narration that Berserker's having?
This is,
Yeah, kind of.
I mean, it's third person, right? But like,
It's third person.
I guess I could.
I mean, it's up to you, Pending. If not, I'll keep reading.
I'll do it. But if Saber has recovered enough that she can use her noble phantom, then that will be a different story.
One day we'll
Bers-
get someone to give us Tim Tams.
But, oh man, I want Tim Tams.
Oh,
Berserker will not fail to a mere sacred sword. But there is always that small chance of something going wrong. His instincts tell him that he should be completely prepared before facing this servant.
What? 5 lives should be plenty. There are no enemies to worry about, even without your god hand. Or what? Are you going to let them get away even after they made fools of us, Berserker?
Yes, absolutely.
That's what... Oh. That's what you're saying. Nobody's going to escape my forest. Yep, I'm leaving Red and Saber to you. You can kill them, toy with them, whatever you want.
Ilya hops down from the stairs. She walks through the rubble to exit without a moment's concern for Berserker, bloodied as he is. But suddenly, she stops, as if remembering something.
Come, let us begin our hunt, Berserker. But you can't kill Saber's master so easily. I'm going to make sure Shiro dies in the worst way imaginable.
I see.
Ilia's
Yeah,
head.
so you're down.
Ilia heads out of the castle, giggling happily.
Yay. Woo.
She is.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, she needs a little help. That's okay though. The sun is about to rise. Ilia knows the forest like the back of her hand.
Does she?
She won't have any trouble finding her prey, even if they try to hide. Her targets have only minutes to live.
Interlude out. I think you're ready to die in a few minutes. As you know, we only have minutes to live after all.
I guess so.
And
Wait,
Sorry, what did you say? What did you say, Plompers?
I'm on my way. I'm on my way. I'm on my way.
Oh no!
I don't
Oh,
know.
no.
I don't know why, but I'm forced out of the ruins. Tosaka kicks me out, saying that girls have to make some adjustments and changing and stuff like that. Damn, what's she talking about?
Adjustments. That's what.
Men-
Are they fixing their bras? I don't understand what's going on. Actually, as someone who has to deal with these things, I don't.
Listen,
what are
Jay,
they doing?
men have things too, you know. I lean against the wall as they grumble. Hey, Plompers!
No, they do.
I guess I sound like a sore loser, and that's exactly it. ... Ugh. I remember, and then I try to shake off my desires. I can't think about that right now. If I keep lingering on my memories with Sabers, I'm a dead man. More than anything, that'd be rude to Saber. I made a contact with Saber to save her. I shouldn't have any other feelings for Saber. Ugh.
I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions this time.
What a crock. It's such a pathetic excuse, I don't even believe it. I can't forget what happened with Saber, but I need to, for now. Honestly, I don't have time to worry about that kind of stuff. My concern right now is how we fight Berserker. Right, I should be doing whatever I can. He told me that, there at the end. I think back to Archer. I never warmed up to him, but every word he said stuck with me. ... I stare at the tree branch. There's only so much I can do. I may not be able to help, but I'm going to do whatever I can, the best I can. For starters, I snap off a nearby tree branch. Then I try to find other straight branches. Rin Tosaka.
Shiro, we're done. Come back inside.
Tosaka's voice reaches my ear in my search. I head back to the ruins, carrying the branches I collected. Well, the only other problem is whether I can act anything approaching a normal around Saber after looking her into her heart, however briefly. There was a dragon.
Yeah, I'm really weirded out by the fact that she has a dragon dwelling inside her. Yeah.
It's pretty intimate, so you gotta be careful. You can't just tell Tosaka that.
I guess so.
Saber? Yeah.
Oh,
Shiro. Oh wait, this way, Shiro. Rin has something to tell you. I'm
Do
acting
I?
as the
Fuck
in
me.
between, apparently.
I guess I was worrying over nothing. Saber's her usual self. Unlike me, immature as I am, she's probably just approaching this pragmatically. Oh, yeah, I'll be right there. Damn, I'm not gonna let this get me down. I am so damn dumb being the only one blushing over this, so I'm gonna do my best to keep my composure.
I don't know. I mean, Saber was blushing quite a bit earlier, but what do I know? Anyway, there you are. We're going to start our meeting. Well, it may be a meeting, but we don't have any time for arguments. There's only so much we can do to defeat Berserker, so you can at least hear me out.
Saber and I nod.
Our plan is simple. Exposition time. We're no match against Berserker using normal means. If we're going to win, we need to ambush him, which means we need to take his head off in a single attack and not leave him any chance to counterattack.
I agree. Simply trading blows with Berserker will not critically injure him.
Oops.
Oh.
Don't mind me, I'm just drawing a sword.
Okay. if we are to defeat him, we will require another strategy.
Is it Excalibur?
Ah,
Excalibur.
Calabar?
Ah.
Is that me or is that sounds like you? That Shiro?
I think it's me. Beside
It's
trading blows,
definitely you.
are you saying that we need to attack Berserker before he realizes he's being attacked? Well, sure. I think it's reckless to go toe-to-toe with him, but that just sounds reckless. He's not the sort to just let something like that happen.
Yes, it's pretty optimistic to think we can get right up to Berserker without him noticing us. He has Can I just call her Ilya?
Sorry, no.
Illiciville. Fine. She'll immediately detect Saber and Shiro's presence. I mean, I can conceal my presence, so that's not a problem.
You can call her Ilya as a character who calls her Ilya, but not Ren Tosaka.
Ren is the type that would use someone's full name just because they can until they say otherwise.
I don't understand the
well,
logic.
You have to save one Iceman, so.
But I get the sense Ilya can detect me and Saber. If Tosaka's the only one who can conceal herself. You're not saying you're the one who'd be launching the ambush, are you?
Of course, you're the main target here, and I'm the one who can move freely, leave striking Berserker from behind to me.
You make it sound so easy, but are you sure as hell? But you sure as hell know it won't be.
Of course not. That's why I'm going to have Saber create an opening for me. Saber, how much have you recovered?
Fighting normally should not be a problem. However, I should avoid using my noble phantom.
Not the noble phantom.
No, Excalibur. With the amount of magical energy I have right now, I will no longer be able to maintain my body the moment I use it. And even if I do, it will not be at full power, so I do not believe it would be sufficient to defeat Berserker. By the way, this feels like the end of the game stuff, but it is occurring to me that there's like Assassin and Caster still out there. What's up with that?
What? Who cares?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exist?
They did say when we first went to the church, you might not meet everyone. They might kill each other before you ever get to meet them.
I guess that's fair.
And we did meet him when you died.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'll answer.
You never know. There are things happening outside of what you see.
True.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yes, that's
Interlude
fine.
3, 4.
I will have
no?
Saber be the one to fight Berserker, with Shiro, of course. I'll hide nearby, watching. I'm just a bonus to Elizaville, so she'll think I abandoned you two and just ran if she doesn't see me around.
Well, I suppose that is not impossible.
If our chances are slim, we just have to make them better. Shiro seems to be friendly with Elizaville, so he might be able to trick her by talking to her.
Tosaka looked at me meaningfully. I may have some objections, but I'll hear you out. If I tell Ilya that Tosaka fled, she'll believe me. She doesn't doubt what people tell her.
But there is still a problem. While I can confront Berserker, I cannot permit Shiro to do the same. Shiro simply will not survive an attack from Berserker.
Nobody said Shiro needs to fight. Shiro just needs to provide backup while keeping his distance from Saber. It's going to be hard for Saber to push past Berserker alone, so help her out if she gets in danger.
That is foolish. Shiro is not versed in magecraft like you. What can you do to support me?
Be bait. Shiro is going to have to figure that out. Not that masters have a whole lot that they can do against Berserker. Even I would only drag Saber down if I got involved. But we just don't have the option to let one person be idle right now. I know very well that Saber will disappear if Shiro dies, but we're going to have to risk it. This whole battle is a gamble to begin with.
That's true.
That is true, but
Don't butt me.
Sarah makes a face and falls silent. Since Tosaka's gone quiet too, she must have understood how reckless her proposal is. I can't blame them for being worried. The night I met Saber, the night Berserker attacked, the only thing I managed to use to defend her was my own body. There's a strong possibility that we're headed toward the repeat of what happened that night. So while it may be best for me to distance myself from the battlefield, I'm not going to do so unless they force me to. I know, I'll try to think of something to support from a distance.
I'm guessing that's me. Huh?
Was it really that much of a surprise? I just have to support Saber from a distance, right? I'll come up with something. I grabbed the tree branches I gathered earlier as I say that.
Is he gonna make a bow?
They're just the right length, and exactly the right kind of flexibility. This is the first time I've done this kind of strengthening. But I don't think I'm wrong in principle here. Basically, I just need to layer my strengthening until it turns into something substantial. Besides, he had something like this too, so I can use it as a reference. On top of that, magical energy has been flowing through my body for a while now. All I have to do is repeat my usual process. I analyze the basic structures and change it. I analyze the materials composition and reinforce it. Starting from the branch, my result should be his bow, but something's missing. I need to think of this from the standpoint of creation. If I want to make something as close as possible to the real thing, I need to envision everything I can about it, down to the smallest details.
Is that so?
I open my eyes. The warp branch is the right shape, but something wasn't... Crap, it's not even close. It's ugly, distorted, and yet I can tell it will work fine as a bow. Now I just have to create an arrow flowing from the same concept.
Shiro, you just...
Yeah, I think I got the hang of it after the incident with Shinji. You said it yourself. Don't strain myself.
I see. Well, it's good you have some means to attack, so I won't say anything else.
That's you, Tosaka.
Oh, is that me? Back to our original topic. So you two will fight Berserker. I'll climb a tree before everything starts and watch from above.
if this is the climax, then Rin has to get in all the exposition she can.
I know, right? And she's wearing red. I don't understand why she thinks wearing red in a forest. she'll
That's
be able
just
to hide in
her
trees.
outfit, all right? She wears red. She's Rin Tosaka.
And what's
She's
Saber's
red
greatest
Tosaka.
opening? I'll skewer Berserker from above, which should be his blind spot, with all my gems. That's all there is to our plan. It's pretty simple. None of that was pretty simple, but
Tosaka
sure,
turns her
Tosaka.
attention to us, checking whether we have any questions. Pending.
Gems, is that your magecraft, Rin? Even if all of this were to work, no amount of half-baked magecraft would reach Berserker's body.
I can't believe you're judging my magic.
I have a dragon inside me. If we are to harm him, we will
Wouldn't
need...
you like gems?
We will need an attack of truly surpassing power.
I know that. You're saying we an attack? We're saying an attack that's at least rank A.
You got this, Rin Tosaka. As Tosaka says this,
Look,
as she
I'm
says
not
this,
the one who put
Tosaka
it's
pulls
either
several
we
jewels from her
attack,
pocket.
that's at least rank A, or an attack that's at least rank A. It can't be we an attack.
We an attack.
That's Saber.
What are these jewels?
I know Kyrie's not here and you're not used to this, but just a little bit, Pending, just a little bit.
A little what?
You're still in the scene.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're not even playing a video game, so I can't say it's that too well.
He's just
Think of it like my life savings. A single one can immediately activate into a great magecraft at rank A. I had 10 of these, but I used one on you.
I see. If this is of the same caliber of magecraft, then I can say for sure that Berserker will not be able to defend himself. I mean, I did, but I'm awesome. He does not have magical resistance like I do. Even if it's magecraft, an A rank should definitely pierce his defenses.
Exactly. I thought of starting with small batches, but we can't afford to take that much time. I'm thinking of giving Berserker 2 or 3 of these.
Tosaka puffs out her chest confidently. However, hey, aren't you being a little stingy?
I agree. It may not be my place to say, but I believe under these circumstances, you should be using at least half of your stock.
Ugh. But why would you say that? That's not your call. You guys don't understand how hard it is to save all of this up.
She literally makes them with her blood.
I know, right?
But they're
And
not-
we've had this discussion before, and you guys didn't like that I was using it with my blood, but that's just how I do magic.
Saber and I protest silently. Tosaka's life depended on this operation too. We can't let ourselves fail just because she's being stingy.
I'm not being stingy. This is my blood, literally. Fine, just half, right? Just half. I
Well-
don't have that much money.
Well,
Archer may have fixed the building, but he didn't fix the plumbing.
the gems are full of her magic blood, but the gems she did not make with her blood. The gems she had to get somewhere else.
Archer fixed the building, but somehow the insurance still complained? What's up with that?
I know, right? And the insurance in Japan is awful. That's why most people don't even go in old houses anymore and they just buy a new house instead. It's actually an extreme problem in Japan where there's a bunch of abandoned houses and no one wants to buy them. Oh, come on. I just kind of been wanting to say that. I know what's at stake here. Anyway, that's our plan. All we have to do now is find a place for me to hide and a spot for Shiro to support Saber. We should get set up before Elizabeth gets here.
The way you say it, anyway, that's our plan. It made it feel like the thing Rin is most upset about is the fact that we interrupted her exposition.
Yeah, no, I feel like that would be exactly what she would say, you know?
Yeah, we can't stay in these ruins anymore. And like Tosaka said, we need to find a place where we can all lie in wait for Berserker. But before that...
Oh, is it time for Pending to make a choice?
It's time for Pending to make a choice. And I feel like this should be obvious, but...
Yeah, no,
I don't know.
I'm gonna assume I'm worried about Saber.
Are you sure?
Let me ask you this, Red. Tell me this: if I say I'm worried about Tosaka, how long would it take till we actually die?
Oh. Now, I can't actually tell you exactly how long the whole points things come into play, but
all right,
It's gotta be soon. I mean,
Yeah.
Pending has been talking about, oh, this is definitely the climax. This is definitely the climax. This is definitely the climax.
I mean,
I don't know. We haven't, like Pending said, we haven't fought Assassin or Caster yet. You know, there's still two servants out there.
But as Plomper said, as Plomper said, some of this stuff could happen off screen.
It
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
Plompers
true.
that said it was me, but that's okay.
It was both of us.
Good job,
It
Plumper.
was both of us. You're right.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot that Lancer exists. It's been a while.
Yeah, Lancer doesn't exist anymore.
This guy.
For the longest time, I thought that I had like connected Lancer and Shinji in my head. Even though clearly they're not
Connected? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess
Lancer always gets the short end of the stick.
I guess we never met Lancer's master.
No.
Huh. All
And we
right,
never
well,
got to go into the church. I mean, King Arthur here got to go outside the church, but we never actually got to go in the church.
Well,
And I'm not talking about
technically-
the church. I'm talking about the temple. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair.
yeah, because I was gonna say, like, if it's a quick death, then I'd worry about Tosaka, but I'm getting the sense that it's not a quick death, so let's just pick the right one and go and worry about Saber. Can you just quickly confirm that I got my Saber points?
Okay, here, let me confirm for you that you got your saber points. Look, saber
You know
points.
that-
Excellent. That's
I
what
mean,
wanted.
I feel like, again, I feel like that should have been obvious.
Yeah, no, I
Look,
feel like that was a gimme.
just let him know, okay?
Yeah, I just like to know.
I wonder if Saber is really okay.
still
I
don't
think
know why I
she's
got the
safe.
ring points for the.
I think
the
Saber's
last
safe.
one. Yeah. Okay.
She says she has no problems fighting, but it wouldn't be hard for her to go up against Berserker while she's still so weak. Or I suppose I'm more concerned about her noble phantasm.
Or Phantom.
I will not be able to maintain my body if I use it. That's what Saber said. That means Saber will disappear the instant she uses that attack. Saber.
So just don't have Saber use the attack.
Yes. What is it, Shiro?
Before we go out to fight, can you promise me one thing I say without quotations at the beginning?
Yes, as long as it's something I can do, despite the fact that you didn't put quotations.
Okay, well, yeah, I don't want you to use your noble phantasm, no matter what happens. It's important, and I don't want you to die, even if it means we defeat Berserker.
Yes.
Isn't that a bit unreasonable?
I understand. I do not intend to use my noble phantom either. I don't know why you mispronounce it all the time, but I won't use my noble phantom. I do not think I will be able to defeat Berserker with the amount of magical energy I have, but, and more importantly, I will be unable to obtain the Holy Grail if I disappear.
And more importantly, if I lose, I lose.
Yeah.
She's as direct as ever. It's a relief to hear. Okay.
This is as close as we've come so far to people die when they are killed.
Okay, yeah, that's the Saber I know. It's good to hear you being so insanely calm.
What do you mean by that, Shiro? I just
Nothing.
noticed the expression she had, and I tried to adjust how I was reading last second.
Nothing at all. Let's just get going. Tosaka will get upset
Okay,
again
I've
if we
got
keep
the
her
ritual
waiting.
fine.
Yes, it appears complaining to you has become something of a hobby of hers.
And
Oh,
with that
man,
kind of
hobby.
weird observation, Saber turns to leave the ruins. But then, she trips on a chunk of rubble and stumbles forward. Oh, I quickly grab her hand from behind. Come on, watch your step. You'll need to be careful in this mess.
You think so?
Huh? Saber seems to be blushing. Saber, what's wrong? Did something happen?
Something
No,
happened, Saber?
It is nothing, but if you hold my hand like that,
Saber's face turns to deep crimson. She must look like I did a few minutes ago. I find myself blushing too now. With her hand in mine, I suddenly remember the sensation I felt with Saber and quickly pull my hand back. ... The two of us stand rigidly, saying nothing. Let's head
I
out.
think either pronunciation is correct.
We'd better get moving. We don't have much time.
yes. Let us hurry, Shiro.
We head out after a bit of awkwardness. Once we're outside, we'll never come back here. I look back toward the ruins
Oh.
for the last time and then turn back to the battlefield. Goodbye forever, random ruins. We will always remember what you've done for us.
Yeah. Well, remember, this is the place where we saw that Saber had a dragon inside.
Yeah,
Of her.
and then the dragon ate us.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, good times. Except, was it good
What
times?
a place, to have a heart-to-heart.
We reach a clearing in the forest. The
You
sun
have
is
to have the
Uh-huh.
heart of hearts at the darkest times, Jay. That's when your
Uh-huh.
friendship power comes out.
You're at the darkest time. You got to do it in the middle of the night. It's important. You don't want
Yeah.
anyone else hearing you have a heart to heart.
Yeah. As Archer dies, probably agonizing, brutal death. Probably.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The sun is rising, and the white
No, I
layer.
think Ar-
I don't
I think
know.
Archer died, and then we had the hard
He
time.
killed Berserker like 6 times. I think he did a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Depending
Did
if
he
you
kill
fought
Berserker?
if you fought
I guess
Berserker, how many
so.
times do you think you could kill Berserker?
20 or so?
Damn.
Yeah.
Remember, you can't
Yeah,
use the same
no.
attack twice.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
The sun is rising, and a white layer
I
of
know.
morning mist blankets the forest.
I'm pretty awesome.
Compared to much denser forest around us, this is a good vantage point.
To be fair, Pending's name does imply that he has time magic.
Yeah. Wait, does it?
Does it? I guess you're pending. I guess
You're
just,
pending.
you
You
make
can
the-
pause and pen time at any
you
time.
make them
I guess
pause.
so, yeah.
You're just like, wait, stop.
Mm-hmm.
But
No, you just say wait, and then you never tell it to continue. Then that's like pausing time for a second.
But pending,
Also-
when you pause time, can you move?
I guess so. Also, I don't know if if it helps or not, but based on my lore, I'm already dead. So
Yo,
There you
let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
Should we be excited
Yeah.
about this? Is this something we're supposed to get excited
Is that
about?
a good thing?
I guess. I mean,
Ooh, let's
I don't think-
go.